Okay, guys, we are live! So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Forbidden Master today, because today we are carrying on with our new ongoing campaign. We played this as a pickup game just to give it a try a little more than a month ago, and we enjoyed it so much, we're returning to play some more, and with some more people. So this will be a continuation of the adventure we started about a month ago with this. We are playing, of course, Forbidden Lands, the Free League Games, very cool old school style sandbox and fantasy RPG, and we are playing in something I'm pretty sure they wrote just for me, the Bitter Reach, a campaign setting for the game that is set in a snow and ice-filled terrain of evil monsters and terrible sorcerers and death by frostbite. So, yeah, the kind of things that keep me warm at night. And with me today are a stalwart, some returning veterans of the Forbidden Lands, or the Bitter Reach, and some new victims. I mean, players. They're players. They're not victims. Let me go the order. I've got everyone on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today? First up, we have a newcomer. Who is that coming through the snow? It's Graham.
Hello, I am Graham, coming through the snow, and I am playing Aldred, a human hunter who can survive alone in the wilds for weeks. Alone, but possibly not with the people he's about to meet.
Nice. Next up, returning once again to be his best surly dwarf, is Darren.
Yeah, down here I'm playing Trigar, who is, as you said, a dwarf, a fighter. He's not that great at collecting stuff and hunting and scavenging, but he can kill stuff pretty well.
Pretty good at breaking his cloak too, from what I recall from last time. So, next up to play the wild sorcerer is Colin, aka Spoit Pit.
Hello there. Yeah, I will be playing Virgiville, and now you caught me a little bit on the hop there last time, Kev. So, hold on a second.
Please be the hat. Please be the yes. Fantastic.
Yeah. So, in case it gets a little bit cold later on, I'm prepared this time, Kev. You won't get me.
Wonderful. And next up, who is that behind Alfred? There's a dog there, and it looks like it's George.
Yeah, all right. How can I follow that? I've got not dogs, but cupcakes behind me, because that's what my wife thought was a good thing to put up there. Which I think is a great idea, in case she's watching this. I'm also a sorcerer. I'm a human sorcerer, Edic, who is of the Path of the Signs. Very excited to play, because it was very much inspired by Colin's play of his sorcerer in the last session. So can't wait to get started.
Very nice. So I kept you guys kind of take all the spellcasters on one side, so if you guys cook off, it'll just deal with the explosive portion of the party. Well, and last but certainly not least is a returning healer. It's John.
Hey everyone, I'm John, and I'm playing Karina. She is a half-elf druid, and unlike the explosive spellcaster, she is a healer.
Very nice.
And a cook, apparently.
Nice. All right. Then let's see here, guys. We are gonna. Why don't we head on over? Where's the ye old map here? Let's talk about what has happened thus far. So, this is the Bitter Reach. Let me scooch out here. And, there we go. Now, George, you may find this bit a little familiar, but Colin, how did we start this campaign?
We were washed. We were stranded, or we washed up on the shore somewhere to the south, east of the map. Yeah, reminiscent of another certain campaign I seem to recall.
Also sad.
That sounds not familiar at all. I have no idea what you're talking about.
We were shipwrecked, basically, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, the ship.
As long as it wasn't cold or wintry, then I'm sure it's totally fine.
It was a little bit cold and a little bit wintry, and it just got worse from there.
Yeah.
We got some gnarly weather. And ended up stopping in the cabin.
Oh, in
which
fact.
Turned up rather well timed. In fact, we got to the cabin before the weather really kicked off, and we've dug in and sheltered for a day, I think, so far. Or
yes, it's been, I think, 2 days. You got there that first night. You stayed for the first night. The next day the weather was such shit that you guys decided to wait until better weather came. You did some gathering and whatnot, and then that evening, I think it was when either Virgil or Hengar spotted something coming up the hill, and it was some of those what are they called? Mistborn?
Misgrown, wasn't it?
Misgrown? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah,
They were very friendly and they wanted to help out, so that was good.
Most definitely.
I think what I saw. I don't think I saw anybody burning anybody or attacking anybody in the last session. I went perfectly fine.
perfectly fine.
And then there were as well a bunch of refugees with them. I think that's where we.
Yes, and we're yet to determine who those folk are.
Yes. So.
And what's been going on?
I think. Let's see here. Do I have that? No, not too loud. I can hear the wind, but I can't remember how loud it was. So this is effectively where we are picking up here, is right. And actually, I'm going to. Last night I fell victim to my terrible page naming habits. I was trying to figure out to quickly transfer in some things, and everything was listed as copy or copy or copy. So I'm going to get in the habit of naming these darn things the proper ones. All right, so here we are. Let me zoom back in here. Anyone else have anything to add from last session?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like, just from a spectator point of view, that maybe it kind of got a little dicey, for lack of a better word, at a certain point. So it wasn't like, we got this. Kind of dangerous.
I think the only thing we didn't sort of do anything about or look into was they had some prisoners with them.
Yeah,
yes.
We didn't sort of get to that. We didn't have time to investigate that or find out who they were. Or
and we made an error. We made an error, didn't we, Kev? On the foraging, we should have had some penalties or something.
Yeah, there were some mishaps. So it'll be when you fail in it, we roll on the mishap table, and they're not. They're more often than not, they're more kind of atmospheric than they are, terribly penalizing. But I mean, the food poisoning ones are going to be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
It was quite punishing. I mean, we was getting worn down a little bit. I think, Tiergar, you had to make some quite sort of tough decisions about what you was going to do, because it didn't directly affect your strength.
Yeah, it was going to impact my strength. Yeah. Or something.
And that's when it's and then it starts to get dicey then, because you're kind of like wearing out what you need in the event of yeah,
because you've got, I think each of you has you have cold weather clothing, right? What was it that was breaking for you? Was it your cloak? There was something that broke of yours that you had to actually fix.
His hat, didn't it like blow away or get damaged?
Oh, the helmet, was it there? Oh no, I'm getting bleed from Warhammer.
Or was it one of your? No, it was one of your gloves.
Let's see here. Well, I thought it was. Hold on, let's take a look at his gear. Because remember, gear does play like a mechanical role.
I think I've repaired it. I've got great fur.
Yeah,
I've repaired that.
That's what it was. Your great fur, I think.
Yeah, it must have been that, because.
Well, just to point out, as a person who's making a character today, even though I owned the game for a year at least, Kevin, you mentioned that when you ran the last session, how, and also when we played Twilight 2000, how interesting it was for each individual item of inventory to make a difference in the game in some way.
Yeah.
When I was making my character and I had like no money, I had like barely anything, I really had to think about what I was picking because it did make a game. And I knew you were running the game. I was like, what is negative against, like, what's against cold? What can I get? What can I possibly, how can I spend? And there were a lot of options for all kinds of situations. And I really thought that was a cool thing about the system. So
I completely agree.
Just to point it out. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes the gear in this feel so much more consequential, even for mundane shit, because you get this fun gamified, you know.
the steel plate that we've like repurposed. And
yeah, that's right. That was the thing that generated the water each
Who'd
time.
have thought that would be a highlight?
Yeah, jeez.
Exactly. It's like not like we got to kill things and we got to whatever. It's like, oh, we got this thing, this one piece of gear that's going to make us survive. Like it's like a big moment in the game. So I really appreciate that exploration aspect of the game. They really did a good job of, I think, codifying that within the game system. So that was my
Here's what we're going to do, guys. For Eldred and Edric. Eldred and Edic. Sorry. I'm going to get my tongue used to those. Let's see here.
Well, I would have made it more different if I had pronounced it rather than just seeing the word.
It's okay. It's like any author who's written an Elvish word in D&D for the last 30 years.
Well, here's the only novel I brought with me on my trip.
Nice. Yeah, great cover, too.
Elric, this is the 1968 version. But so I couldn't help myself. That's where I got to. But unfortunately, it's a little too simple.
Yeah. Okay, so what? Here we go. I'm double checking cold. I looked at it before we started. Here it is, but I remember what page it's on at least. All right, so here's what I'd like you to, Eldred and Edic. Would you kindly each give us an endurance roll? If you have any kind of gear that assists with cold, or any ability that assists with cold, be sure to include that.
Right.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
I don't think I have anything.
The gear is usually things like fur. Okay.
Yeah, I have gray fur, but I have a +2 the gray fur. But I didn't
just to be
incorporate it.
Irritating. Could I use my adaptive to use survival instead?
Let's see here.
Say that I have
Can you click on the adaptive ability? Just put it in chat.
Sure. Let's see that.
That's the human. That's a human thing.
Yes, that's right.
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I can't because I don't have a willpower point.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I don't think you come with them to start, do you?
You do not. No.
In which case, let me just get on with rolling that.
we had to earn ours the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, defo.
Okay,
No,
you want to push that?
Oh yeah. How do I do that?
Just click the blue button, and it'll roll everything for you.
Neat.
There you go.
Look at that.
Hey,
Nice.
success.
Look at that.
So you guys
That's how
have
you
been
do it.
traveling for. You likewise were survivors of the Favored Daughter, I think was the name of the ship. You've been making your way through the hills for the last little while. The cold, fortunately, you guys have been able to weather that, but fairly well. And I do. Let's see here. What you have come across, it's been a bit of an eventful afternoon because you came across a shack very much like what you see on the illustration here, and you saw that there was smoke coming out of it. Which of you two has the higher Hold on here. I think it's the how you're scouting.
Scouting.
Probably Eldred, right?
6.
I've got 5.
Okay.
Okay. Good stuff.
So then you've been, Eldred, you've been keeping watch as you got here, and you happen to notice the fact that there were others coming in, and clearly there were misbegotten. It's a word I don't ever get to use in any other part of my life, so I just try and wedge it in where I can. The misgrown came in. The misgrown, you may remember, are the humans, sometimes from the Ravenlands, but elsewhere, who are twisted and reshaped by demons. And they were making their way towards the shack with a bunch of prisoners, or slaves perhaps, in tow. It seems that this wasn't them returning to their base, however, because what broke out was a bit of a fracas between the people living in the cabin, or the shack, and the misgrown, leading to the slaughter of the misgrown by those within. You definitely saw a human hanging out the window who seemed to be working with some kind of... Is Virtual, it's fire magics?
Yeah. Well,
Elemental magics? Okay.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, he stole my thunder, literally.
Well, I see what you did there, George.
None of the puns today. I take away 1 point of willpower for every pun.
You should, that's fair.
So I was
right,
just working my way up to helping, but I just couldn't. I just watched.
Well, I think the thing is, it happened so quickly. Like, this was the fight was over in the span of about 4 rounds. So I mean, it's less than a minute of severe violence, and you can now see that the people who are in the cabin, they're actually people you saw on the ship, other survivors of that doomed voyage. So, what do you guys wish to do? Eddic and Eldred, you have been traveling together now for about 2 days. It has been miserable.
Yeah.
I quite like it out here.
Do we think we've known you?
What? Here's the thing: if you don't make camp, this is not like other fantasy games where, the ranger can survive on their own. No, you'll probably just die a little slower.
Yeah.
I'm just proud. I'm proud of the fact I can.
So
there's.
Okay.
I assume there's some kind of relationship between the two of us.
Yeah, you guys tell us a little bit about each other.
Yeah.
What do you think, Graham? Do you think we have some kind of why are we, the two of us, the sole survivors of some catastrophe that has led us to this point, or should we roll randomly on one of the really cool charts that they've got here for good events?
Happy to roll.
I love rolling. I will open up the...
Maybe we were just the quickest. I don't know.
I think you're very smart, so...
Let me tell you a little bit about what's happened. Hold on. Let me just tell you a little bit about what has happened. When the ship went down, you guys were in an ice fog. There were other people on the boat with you. They all froze to death.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So the only ones who have survived thus far were you two. You came up on a rocky shore, and the best way to go forward seemed to be into the mountains because there was a possibility of some food up there. Do either of you have a fishing rod?
Okay. No. It's not
2
me.
items. You could have 2 items.
Didn't fin fishing?
So...
Got a blanket.
What was the first thing? If we knew that, if we were outside of the game and knew that Kevin was running the game, of course we would have had that. But just being passengers on a ship. So maybe we don't know. We have no backstory. We don't know each other. We didn't come from the same place. Blah blah blah.
You know that you were each headed to the Bitter Reach. That's what you do know. So it seems like you are not from there. You were traveling to the Bitter Reach, so you have some reason for going up there, presumably, whether it's just to try and make your riches, make plunder.
Yeah, I mean, Graham, do you have something very specific about your goals? Yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was going to say, I think perhaps rather than specifically wanting to be at the Bitter Reaches, because I think there's some tautologies there. I think it's more I was trying to escape. So I think I was trying to hide. I think actually the Bitter Reaches seemed to me like a place where you could lose yourself.
Okay.
And actually, it's more about escaping for me than wanting to be here. I think I was just, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, great.
So tell us about the last 2 days of travel. What is one thing you have learned about each other?
So I'll pick up where you left off, Graham. So for me, it was the opposite. Like, I want to go here. Like, I'm looking for something. So while you're trying to get yourself lost, I'm trying to find something. Those are two very different things. So at each point of time where we were sort of losing ourselves to the elements, because it's brutal, so brutal here. If you watch the last session, it's incredibly brutal. The other one would pick ourselves up, pick the two of us up, and like make us proceed forward. So I think we made ourselves over. I think there was there was like a little bit of a mountain range or hills from the coast that everybody made themselves over to get to this kind of chateau place, right? So I think between the two of us, we've pushed ourselves. We've pushed each other to get over the mountain and get to where we both want to be for very different reasons. Even though we haven't necessarily revealed those things to each other, we've become sort of these brothers in arms who are like watching out, because we know if it wasn't for the other person, we wouldn't get to this destination. My suggestion would be that we are trying to work together, but we don't know each other. We don't have, a set pattern, no SOP. We're just like trying to just survive in this brutal environment and get to some location where we can potentially meet with people who live in this civilization who are also passing through here. And then in the distance, when we maybe crest a hill or a mountain, we see the smoke coming up and we're like, that's where we have to go. We got to get there. We have to, whatever we have to do, we have to get there. And
so let me put a little dose of reality from Eldred's perspective for Edic's epic quest here. What Eldred, do you know, is that you ran out of firewood last night. You're going to die tonight. Because if you sleep without a fire in the Bitter Reach, you die.
And I keep saying how great this is going to be, and we're so amazing, and you're like, we're going to die. We're both going to die. You get that, right?
Yeah.
So this is what like you were trying to figure out how combat, as you saw in the last session, when you are outnumbered, can be very brutal in this. And the way that Eldred, maybe you're weighing this over, is like, how the fuck do we go into this cabin and try and with just the two of us? And you've got the way of symbolism. Does symbolism have any?
Three of us.
Well, the pup as well too. Sorry, Olgar, you're a good boy.
Symbolism, Kev, just to make it very easy for you, is like every character I ever play.
Is what? Sorry?
So he's like every character I ever played. So it's all about like signs and portents.
Yeah, so Eldred, you're realizing that there's very little that Edric brings to the table as far as the survival is concerned.
I'll carry that one.
Yeah. So perhaps this is where the that fight broke out, and imagine Edic is probably thinking like, oh, a conflict, kind of stuff, and all Eldred's thinking is like, we're fucking dead. There's 4 or 5 misgrown plus whatever the fuck is in this cabin. At best, we'll become slaves and maybe we won't starve or freeze to death.
And we don't know what's in that cabin.
Yeah, and you can imagine like even like. Again, like if this was a movie with, like say Chuck Norris in the '90s or a Jim Belushi in the '90s, then Olgar would be very much
amazing.
Yeah. While Edric is getting all excited, Olgar would be like, So
I want to see that movie.
Do they see? Do Edic and Eldred see what's happening as they're coming along? Then, yeah.
I think what's happened is they first saw you guys, and where Edric's like, "Oh, we're gonna be safe." Eldred is just like, "Who the fuck's burning a fire in the middle of these mountains?"
Yeah.
You know, and there was tracks of the Mistgrown to be found, and if Eldred made any kind of effort to look, he'd see that cabin was damaged outside, just the way you guys saw, and marked by the Mistgrown with those unholy symbols. So he may have been like, let's just, you know, we got to figure out how we're going to assault this cabin. And then what ended up happening is these other Mistgrown show up, and like things went from bad to worse until you realize, oh, wait a minute. There's people in there that aren't with the Mistgrown, and holy shit, they killed the Mistgrown, and holy shit, I know these guys, because they were on the ship as well.
Yeah.
So, they'll pick up from there. With you guys, you're probably, you know, maybe a half mile back. The wind is blowing terribly right now. You've lost feeling in... Eldred, do you have any heavy fur or anything like that?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to hope so. He has got of his 2 items. The only things that I got was a sleeping fur and flint and steel.
Okay, yeah. The fur is a separate thing from that. So you probably have that draped over you to try and help with the cold, because it's been awful the last couple of days. But now that you've seen that they're in there, you can picture. We can pick up pretty much with Tirgar and Virgival and Karina dealing with the aftermath of that. This would have happened. This would have happened in the morning last time. So, what do you guys do? How do you recognize those down there?
Just to be clear, that battle that happened, was that a nighttime battle or a daytime battle?
No, morning.
Morning. Okay, morning.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to double check. Okay, cool.
So there's
the last thing Karina was doing was, I think, helping heal some wounds that were picked up.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's a good point. What is the wound situation?
I think I managed to heal before the session ended, so...
Yeah. I think you guys may be...
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I got hit.
No, you got lucky. They kept missing your head out that window.
All right.
They didn't have a lot of time to hit me. They had all the air pulled out of their lungs.
Yeah, that's right. So,
terribly unfortunate.
Eldred and Edic, how do you make yourself known to these guys? If you wait another hour or another, remember the game is divided up into 4. What do you call it? 4 portions of the day.
Quarters. Yeah.
Yeah. But with the cold right now, today there's a strong wind, the light flurries, so there's just a little bit of snow. But it is cold to the bone today. The temperature has plummeted. So that means it's like every hour you are making a roll for cold. And with the... Where's the weather? With the cold... even PCs with adequate protection must make an endurance roll every quarter day to not become cold. PCs without adequate protection must roll every hour with a -2 modifier.
Okay.
Yikes.
And the strong wind, +1 to all the modification. Oh, never mind this for the weather. Yeah. So.
I will shout, fellow survivors, we would share your fire. We mean you no harm.
So, because of the distance
Somebody
you're
said
with,
fire.
Yeah, no, like what you hear is, what it?
Right.
He said something about fire.
Well,
I don't think they can hear you.
Well, I might hear him, because what I'm thinking. So there's these refugees, isn't there, Kev?
Yeah.
Well, Virgil's going to sort of like look at them, sort of a bit puzzled, look them up and down quickly, and look at the others as if to say, "Take care of them." Mind out of the way a second, because what he's trying to do is wants to get over to the door. Now we'd sort of barred the door a little bit, but they'd got through that, haven't they? I seem to recall they got through the door.
They did. They just bashed down the door.
Yeah.
Did they? I thought we were just holding it shut and then we didn't hold it anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
I think at the end I opened it, but
I think you might have done.
Door did.
But Virgil is thinking now there could be some more of them, so he wants to get back. He wants to get outside, check the one that he's dropped, and have a look around and see if there's any more of them coming.
Well, I don't think we're going to mess around out here. So the point is, we're going to stride forward.
Yeah, there's
At
six.
this point, I might see our fellows coming as I'm
Was it Virgil who
walking around.
spotted the misgrown in the first place?
Well, I was sitting up on the roof.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you're maybe keeping an eye out.
right.
You can see in the other direction. You can see there are 3 figures coming down. A wolf, from the looks of things, and 2 individuals. And at first, you think like, shit, there's more. But on a quick look, you see that the taller of the 2 seems to be waving at you,
Like
and he's
waving,
saying, "Yeah." And that is not how the misgrown approached.
And you 2 guys, you didn't hang about on the boat together. I wouldn't recognise. No, you didn't, did you? No, so I wouldn't recognise you as.
No,
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't think so.
But a big, tall guy. You're like a pretty imposing fellow, aren't you, Eldred?
It's fairly tall, yeah. Yeah.
Him and the big wolf definitely would be someone you would remember from the boat.
Yeah, I'll be thinking, that looks like, is that Eldred and he's wolf? I think it's.
No, I am a sorcerer.
I'll put my arm up cautiously as if to show that I've clocked them and.
Yeah.
Do the same.
There are 5 surviving slaves or captives of the orcs. Let me tell you a little bit.
We're gonna have enough food to feed these guys.
John just murders both of us.
Oh no, no,
Can't feed them.
Druid, not murderer.
I'll stride out to meet him as well, Kev. I'll put my arm up, and once I've been clocked, I'll start striding at him.
Colin, I feel like Virgil and I had like a moment at some point on the boat, on the vessel.
Because we've got
Being
sense
both
magic and all that as well.
Yeah, exactly. There's just like, it was like a moment of passing. Not that we thought we'd ever end up like this, but like there was just a moment like, I see you, you see me. Like, okay. And we kept going. Yeah.
Okay. The 5 captives, if anyone else is spending time with them.
I'll definitely be looking at it, make sure they're not, wounded or anything.
They're not in great shape. Like, there's frostbite on all of them, but they're all, what you find once you get them kind of inside, these are all hunters. So they're all folks who are used to kind of living on their own. They seem to all been kind of picked up, snatched up by these misgrown, and then transported over the mountains.
Well, I'll usher them in and start warming up some water and seeing if any of them need. I got some excess willpower I can spend to heal them, so
Okay.
if they need it, I gotcha.
No, they're going to be okay for now. Virtual and Eldred, you guys meet up. Probably Eldred, you're moving a little bit quicker because you're coming downhill into the plateau.
Okay.
Same with Edic. And yeah, you're shocked. Like both party thought, or both of the parties thought that they were the only survivors of this show.
Yeah, so you survived then.
Indeed. It seems we're not alone. You managed to get off the boat, okay?
Just about.
I wouldn't say okay, but we're here.
Well,
It's freezing.
come and warm yourselves by the fire. We had a little bit of company, nothing too much to worry about.
Very impressive.
Short work on them.
You did.
I'm kind of
Come join us, friends.
I looked at Eldred in terms of what he wants to do. If he goes in with them, like I just assume that's okay. But because he's going to do a great job leading us here. Okay, cool. So I will follow him.
Okay. So when you get inside the cabin, it is a small. It looks like it's a place that probably one family can live in comfortably. It's a little tight with the 5 or the 5 captives, the 5 of you plus the pup. But that actually helps to warm up the place, I imagine, a fair bit. How are you guys doing for food right now? I can't remember.
Well, I think we have enough for us.
I'm on a D6.
Yeah, I got a D8.
Okay.
Could we check the Misbegotten to see if they got any things that would pass for rations that we could
Yeah, I'm gonna be stripping them of their furs if they've got furs.
They do. Hold on here. What they have on them says here poison furs. That's cool. Very.
Are you reading that right?
Immediately figure out a way to make that into a weapon.
I'm giving the furs to the prisoners anyway.
Okay.
Poison's pretty interesting in this as well, isn't it? I thought they'd.
Yeah, I can't remember offhand. I like that it's what I remember is that it is like there are clear enough rules for actually making use of them.
Yeah, it's just characterful, you know. It's just characterful like everything else is.
Yeah.
And I got a nice little spell that helps with poison. So
you got a which story?
I've got a Nature's Cure. It helps with poison and virulence.
Oh, nice.
Poison, yeah, poisons.
Okay.
Well, I know. Here's what I know. I've got 3 people here who are from this part of the world. What's the deal with the switches on the outlets to make sure your electricity is on? Because I'm running out of power on my computer. I'm realizing it's because I'm plugged in, but I gotta push a button to make sure my electricity is on.
Well, how?
Yeah, normally you got
right?
Push the bottom part of the rocker and it'll flick up, and it's normally got a little red bit on it.
Yes, that's what happened.
You got to throw the switch. Yeah,
I'm giving you a little bit of time, dude.
Not all the outlets are the same. Sometimes they have a switch. Sometimes they're switched. Sometimes they're not switched.
Probably depends on the age of the building.
My place so far, all the spots with electrical outlets have a switch, even though it was built in 1901 or 1864, 1455. I don't know.
I'd have said it's been rewired a couple of times since then.
Probably. A lot of things have been done since then. We're discovering right now, about the shower, which I can't take. But it's all good. Anyway,
I genuinely thought for the first half that you were role playing, and I'm like, wait a minute, the characters aren't from the bitter. Oh, you mean in real life?
I'm giving you some time to talk. Figure things out. Have real conversations.
I'm thinking so Edic's from some other sort of place, and we're more like locals. He's obviously from a more far flung. then I fell in slowly. I fell in.
All right, so here's what you guys can see. Each has either a knife, a sword, a morning star, a small shield, leather armor, and then why don't you each give us 2 rolls of 2d6 each. You can roll 4d6, and I'll take them in bunches if you like. Yeah, that'll work. I can read those. All right, I got my thing here. Go. Here we are. All right, so Karina. Let's see, who are we missing here? Edic and...
Oh, I haven't rolled yet.
Yeah, Tirgar. Or Virtual. No, you rolled. Okay. Shoot dice in my head.
The D46, that's a big
Are you
dice.
using the UK keyboard?
Whoa. Or... Using the muted keyboard, so that the dog eating her dinner is not being too loud. But that's what happened.
We're rolling stats for DD and character. We're kicking ass right now.
Or that, I have 46 and might drop below, so I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'll start going through here. So Karina, there is a book. 1, 2, 3. That would be worth 10, 11, 16 coppers on one, and there is a one-handed bronze dagger that would be worth 1 silver. Tirgar. Let's see here. And remind me to roll. There's that neat table about different qualities. So 55. That is a bronze earring that is worth 10 copper. And a bronze belt buckle worth 8 copper. Unfortunately, not shaped like a bear. And Eldred, you likewise found a one-handed bronze weapon. This time, I think it's probably a short sword worth 4 silver. And you also found a bronze necklace that is worth 7 copper. Edic, he found good gloves worth 10 copper. But they're also going to keep you warm if you choose, as well as just copper. Copper
Very
crowns
difficult.
worth
Very
3 silver.
difficult to find good gloves. Good gloves.
100% agree.
In gold.
Yep, 100% agree.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Okay. This is a non sequitur. My mom knits me. She's a knitter. She's been knitter for years. She always knits me sweaters or a hat or something like that for Christmas. I get one year. I get this set of gloves, woolen gloves, but there's 2 sets that are put inside, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty clever, Ma. Like you put them together. She's like, yeah, that's definitely what I did, and it's not that I knit one that was way too big, and then knit a second one to be the size of your hands. So that was that was a 3 silver worth of copper crowns, Edic, and then Virgiville, you found 10 copper crowns and a bronze bracelet that is worth 12 copper.
Ooh.
Okay. So then, that's what you find on them, guys. Anything you wish to take from them?
Well, that stuff.
Yep.
That stuff. Yes, that says it all.
No food, water, furs, nothing else.
Furs.
No food you would certainly, like no water you would want to drink, no food you would want to eat. It's not quite clear how the misgrown corruption is spread, but I'm guessing you don't want to slobber your mouth around their canteens.
No. Okay.
Chaos cooties, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to point out, because I'm like a paper and pencil person, most of you know, that like I made my character sheet, printed out my character sheet, like really amazingly drawn, illustrated. So like for the game, like we're using our characters online, but like it's just a really thought process went into making the game really feel evocative of this.
There's a thing about like I rarely get to play games in person, but one of the very best ones I've had in the last 10 years has been playing Warhammer Fantasy 3rd Edition. Because I know that's the like black sheep of the Warhammer Fantasy games, but in person, all the little doodads and whatnot all service the play at the table, like the cards and the tokens and whatnot. It's just a shit ton of fun, and it's really helps you understand. It adds to the play and it streamlines some stuff, like having chase things. You can put together a little chase token and you can move shit along so you know where everything is. It's just really, really clever. This achieves much of the same stuff, but with a lot of the less kind of fussiness that game did. So I imagine that in person, this would also play really fucking cool.
Agreed. It was fun to work on the character, I'll say that.
Yeah, it's great to play it face to face, Forbidden Lands, and it's great when you've got the dice. When you've got the actual color dice, it's one of the few free league games where you really do need the dice for the equipment and the base and the skill. So
I got I had the set I got with a Kickstarter, and then I got one extra set from our friends at Noble Knight Games, and I got one extra set from I guess our acquaintances at Free League.
And wait, when he says got.
Oh, I mean purchase. Yeah, they didn't give us anything. But here's the thing. So tell me if you can pick what's wrong here. And I don't know where this comes. So here's my skill dice, right? Even number.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my trait dice. Here is my skill dice. Even number. Or gear dice, I guess. Here is my skill dice. Odd.
Blasphemy.
it's infuriating. Which one was short? I don't even know who to talk to about this.
That would drive any lawyer insane, but in particular, our favorite GM in the universe, Kevin, because it would drive me crazy. I know. So I'm guessing it'd be even double.
It's very. I only noticed it today because it's the first time I set them out, and I don't even know which one's which. So I don't even know which set was changed.
I can't even think about it.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do? I'll be living with my odd numbered ones. So, anyway, okay. Unless hold on, three. I'm a complete fucking moron. It's because each set comes with three
sets. You got 3 sets.
It comes to 9.
Oh my goodness. Right. That's hilarious. Okay.
Maybe the education system over here is not too bad. Maybe it's better.
But you know what? I'd sooner live with the momentary foolishness of having not realized that than have constantly be like, fucking odd numbered dice. So,
that's it. At least you've resolved it, Kev. You've resolved it. You got closure now.
Exactly. All right. So anyway, guys, so you're all back here in, this is the second quarter of the day. The day, that was the morning when the confrontation took place. This is the daytime. It is going to be a brutal day today, once again. So, you have, well, I guess for this quarter of the day, what do you guys wish to be doing with it? You have a lot of mouths to feed, although they can be sent out to try and scrounge up some stuff as well. They are very eager to help. They're going to be kind of going off and, try and make their way back to their families or whatnot, unless you guys propose something else.
Do we speak their language and stuff?
Yeah, there is a common tongue that that everyone can, lingua franca, they kind of all speak.
They know these lands a lot better than we do, since we're newcomers here. Do they know of ideal path of getting to different houses that we can make our way safely to the town we're heading to?
There isn't really that kind of. No, like this is. They're not even quite sure who lives here.
Okay.
This seems to be this is most likely a kind of common lodge. So where people kind of come and stay when they need to, and then, to wait out bad weather and then head on.
Okay.
Like a bothy.
Yeah, there may be something similar out there as well, but actually, let's do this. Let's see. Why don't you give us...
They can't live more than 2 days journey from here or something?
Well, I mean, they're not.
More?
Well, no, they're hunters. They range for, great distances, and then also they were all taken.
Nomadic. They're nomadic, are they? They're nomadic people.
Well, these aren't necessarily nomadic. It's just that they do tend to range because you have to. Like this is not a place that has a lot of bounty to it. But but then on top of that, they were also all taken, captive by the Mistgrown. So they've also been transported a great deal of distance. So they're going to be their communities. I can tell you. Let me move us back to the map here. We talked about kind of the strategy for where you would want to go. Each quarter in general, you can make one. Oh yeah, because I'm taking the measuring tool, we can expect when we go back, if you see artifacts of the measuring tool, just let us know and we'll figure out whose color it is and we'll get rid of it, because that seems to be happening now. We talked about the ways to get here. It is, so that's 1 day's travel, 2 days travel, and then partway through the third you'd get there, but that's moving through the mountains, which are pretty difficult. They're not as there's not as much you can forage here. It's more difficult to forage, more difficult to hunt. If you make your way down to the tundra, which is around where they are, that's one day there, and then if you can get yourself down into the tundra, you can move 2 per quarter. So that'd be 1 day or 1 quarter, 2 quarters, and then you're arriving around the same time, but you're going to be going through a more arable area.
Yeah.
I can't recall what you guys had decided as far as the path.
We went here and then here.
Yeah, I think my recollection was that there wasn't a decision made on how to proceed beyond this point.
Where your wagon is where you are right now. Because you found this place as one of the first things, and then just the weather turned against you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think our proposal was what Jonathan said. We were going to try and get to that. We were trying to get through the mountains as soon as possible, and although this was not the most direct route, it looked like, well, we could get onto that tundra and then head northwest.
And I don't know about any of you guys, but I've walked on really cold gravelly beaches near Alaska. You don't want to walk on that for 2 days in a row. It sucks.
Good to know. Okay.
We need some snowshoes or something like that ASAP.
Yeah, you're not looking at much sand. You're looking at rocks, up to the size of your fist or even bigger that are rolling around on the beach, and it's easy to break an ankle.
There are, there are. I love that this game has that kind of outcome too.
Totally, and I bought boots for that exact reason.
So to get down, if you do wish to travel with them, there is a. Oh, I didn't mean to move you. Just want to poke tool. Going over here. This is where their communities are.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the way. I think that's the way we want to go. Ultimately.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah.
But surely they'll show us some signs of hospitality after us rescuing them.
You'd
like to think so.
Oh, most definitely. But what Eldred would be able to tell you is these folks likely don't have much to offer by way of hospitality. Life's tough out here.
I mean, we can like a forage,
sort of
having a
would be good.
roof and a fire would be the best thing.
Heck yeah. Okay.
And I could also offer some healing if they need it.
So how much of the day do you say we got left, Kev? Have we used up the first quarter yet? Or
The
not?
first quarter of the morning is gone, so you will have your...
We need a quarter for resting at the end, don't we?
Each needs to take a quarter for rest, and each needs to pick a time to be on watch if you guys want to make sure you're keeping an eye out for anything else that is coming. You can choose to not keep watch, but then you have no chance of finding what is coming, or whatever might be coming. For today...
Wait. You sounded very confident about something coming while we were sleeping, so...
I'm trying to make
maybe we should have somebody on watch, just in case.
We played Dark Souls last night, and one of the things that is baked into the RPG is that you cannot get attacked when you're at your campfire, so I'm just trying to make up for lost time here.
Yes, I see that would frustrate you. So yes, we definitely need to have somebody on watch.
Yeah, what's even more frustrating for the DM is the moment you make it to the campfire, you're safe, even if something's chasing you.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, if you have your chest blown out by a necrotic bolt before you get there, then...
Happened to me twice.
Yeah. Okay.
And the fact that, John, you had such a good time playing the game after the fact says something about how incredibly interesting the game was. So just to point that out for people listening.
Yeah, it was a lot of
really
fun.
Even though you got your chest loaded. It's still super fun.
So for making your way in mountains, right now it's -1 to hunt, -2 to forage. The weather is giving you -1 to attempts to make camp, but that's not an issue. The flurries, -1 to lead the way, and then the cold is such that if you're not, you have to make a endurance roll for if you're outside. For every quarter day that you're outside. If you don't have adequate protection like Edic and Eldred have right now, then you make every quarter hour with -2 modifier. Does anyone have any kind of weather predicting ability?
No.
I don't, but I do have great fur.
Why don't you guys put in chat what your current resources are for? And for Eldred and Edic, the torches are firewood.
Okay. That makes it very easy.
Yes, I think it's 0 for both of you guys. Oh no, if you can put all of your stuff, like put what your
all my stuff.
Well, no. You should. Your character starts with dice in water and food.
Yeah, I've got D6 in food and D6 and D8 in water.
No, but if you could put it in chat, that way you guys can make a decision for us.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
What, Darren? You have no food?
No, from the sort of breakfast roll or whatever we had, that's when it ran out. So I've eaten this morning, I think, but...
So, you guys have 3 quarters left in the day, and you have hunters who may be able to assist.
Well, yeah, we definitely need to, like, we've got a bowl, a plate that we shaped into a crude bowl to melt water with. So, thanks to the dwarf. So we can get water with that. We should outfit everybody with enough food and water to make a day's journey.
It's a dice of water with that, isn't it? Or what did we say?
Yes.
It was 1 dice per quarter, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. I got metal bowl, parentheses, 1 water.
Okay.
So.
All right. So then, guys, the hunters have nothing, which means that they're each going to take a roll from your resources. Unless you get them.
Forge first and then do that? Or
I'm looking for
we gotta
what
feed
they're...
them first.
Yeah, I'm just checking to see what they're cold. Because they are cold... they have 1 point of damage to both strength and wits between all 5 of them. Eesh. Yeah, they're probably like they're not marching them off to have them die, but they're all down. Fair bit. Where's the NPC list?
I'll
let you guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. I'm just looking up, making noise while I'm looking up.
Can I go and hunt? Could I?
I was just
more
thinking,
resource?
is it worth letting the hunters sit by the fire for a time while we do the first sort of shifts, and then once they gather themselves, maybe let them go out with borrowing some furs and stuff, because they've got to be hopefully fairly reasonable at hunting.
Yeah, we could alternate fur usage, right? Like some of us have furs while we stay inside and they go out and do something.
Yeah.
And I have spells that can heal strength and wits damage, both strength and agility, and then one that does wits and empathy.
There's 5 of them that are injured, though.
Yep, I have 3 willpower that I can spend right now to get 3 of them up and up.
I'm down 2 on my wits.
Okay, well I can fix the 2 wits.
Okay. Wow.
So what's your spell you're casting?
Well, I'll take care of the wits damage first. I'll cast Cleanse Spirit, and I can heal.
Whoa. Are you just casting magic?
Am I just casting magic? Are you scared of magic?
No, it's fine. It's fine. But are you doing it now?
Before we head out, or the quarter begins.
That's fine. I'm just going to step away.
Just in case something goes wrong.
Well, I've seen it happen.
Okay, so Cleanse
It's
Spirit.
no reflection on you.
So the power level 1, give us I think there's a cast spell button on the sheet, wasn't there? For rolling your willpower? Because you roll a dice.
It's if you have entered the spell info into the section on spellcasting, it's there, but you have to do it separately.
Yeah. So remember, when you cast it, your spell does work, so you immediately heal 1 point for casting.
I've got a psychic power that counts as 2 for 1 spent.
Oh, nice.
So.
Right, so it's power level 2, so then give us whatever the button is that you need to hit to roll your willpower.
Okay, safe button, or what is it?
Let's take a look.
Do I just roll willpower?
Yeah, it should be willpower, and it's 1.
Wasn't it something like if you cast it at the level, then it's safe? If you cast...
you always are. It's never safe to cast magic in.
So what's the safe and over button then?
Isn't it safe if you're at a higher level and you cast it at lower?
But you guys are all first level, right?
Yeah, no, I know, but
Yeah.
just...
I think that's an optional rule. I don't remember it ever being safe to.
Okay.
It might be.
To
There
cast.
I'll
Yeah.
click this button. I think is.
Oh.
No, I don't think that's right.
That's not great. Yep.
No, that's looking pretty good, guys.
Well, it doesn't have, it's only got one dice that it's rolling. That can't
But
be
that's
right.
all. No, that's all you do because you're spending 1 willpower. It only rolls 1. You just want to make sure you don't run because you roll a number of base dice equal to the number of willpower points you spend. You spent 1.
Yeah. So it automatically happens, but this is the result.
Yeah. If you roll a skull, which you did, you suffer some sort of magical mishap. You cannot push this roll.
I could have said, I told you so. But...
Hold on.
Okay.
It's like I remember last time we played, it was slightly different when I did this.
Nope.
Yeah, you can save cast, but as Spike says, it's got to be a lower rank than your talent.
Well, I know. I mean, when we played last, I did cast spells and nothing happened.
Well, it's because you rolled this and didn't have a skull come up.
Okay.
So
no
now, would you roll
something?
D6 for us, please?
Jonathan, you're making it super interesting, so this is great.
Oh, so as you cast this, you tell us what the spell looks like, and then I'll tell you what the effect is.
Well, I use a burning candle in order to like create some smoke, which is supposed to drift in and soothe the mind and spirit. So
it does, but unfortunately, what you can see, Virgil, you can feel, and actually, Edic, with your magical connection as well too. What you see is that Karina's very life essence is passing into this as well, and as your spell completes, Karina, you are now hungry. So you must eat a ration of food at least once every day. Hold on. After a day without food, you become hungry. Here's the hunger effects. You cannot recover strength in any way except through magic. You suffer 1 point of damage to strength per week. If your strength is broken while hungry, you die after another week without food. As soon as you've eaten, you are no longer hungry and can recover strength normally. So you're going to lose 1 point of strength, and you are voraciously hungry right now.
So does that mean the spell worked, but there's a downside?
Spell always works, but magic is always, if this is the downside. You guys just didn't happen to roll any skulls last time. The non-spellcasters who have played this before, we're sitting there going, all right, it's coming.
I could have swore I rolled more dice last time. Okay. Well, okay, so I'm hungry, strength is down, and I heal 2 wits on the character?
So you're down 1 strength, and you're going to need to eat immediately.
Okay. So I roll my D8 to see if it goes down?
Sure, yeah. Okay. So 1 is where it goes down, isn't it, guys? Or
is it 1 or 2?
Yeah.
1 or 2, I think.
1 or 2 goes down. Okay. So you're able to, to get that. You'll start recovering your strength normally, but you're down by 1 for now. So
took more out of me than I figured. The damage to your mind was deep.
Yes, well, there's a lot of mind there. But thank you very much, Karina. I feel much refreshed. Unfortunately, it seems you've suffered.
Yeah, if I don't think the spirits are amenable to more magic.
Yeah.
So,
how do I?
What are you guys going to do with your quarter? It sounds like Eldred wants to go hunt.
Oh, it's just a thought. If we need it, if it's helpful.
We have lots of mouths to feed.
Well, you also
So are we going to distribute some rations to these guys then? Because they're going to need some water straight away. So can we like just make a roll and sort of say that we've given them some to be getting on with, or do we want to take dice and like give them a dice so that they're sort of self-sustaining? How do we want to play it?
Yeah, you can always share the dice with him. Is a D6 the smallest, or is a D4 the smallest?
D4.
D4. Yeah.
It does go down to a D4, don't it?
I don't think so.
I think it's
I
D6.
think it's a D6. I think you can share anything up down, and then whatever you share goes.
In fact,
you
the
go down to
character
D6.
sheet's only got D6 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
And I have.
Guys, you're not
I'm
going to
at,
believe this. My dice set don't have any of the D4s in it either.
Oh,
that's right,
yeah.
There you go. Of course, it hasn't got D4.
Shocking. That's right.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, so I'm at a D6 and a D8 for food and water. So
If
it wouldn't
you guys-
necessarily benefit me.
If you guys go hunting, I can turn the vegetables, meat, and fish into food to the quarter use. So
Yeah. That's right. Kreen is a hunter. Or a hunter, a cook, I should say.
Butch.
got the chef skill.
Jonathan, wait a second. Hold on. You're telling me your character has a chef skill?
Well, Kevin
this game?
created her, so yes.
Hey, that's why I'm pointing out that Kevin knows us better than anybody.
Well, also, if you didn't have somebody who couldn't prepare food in this game, then you're going to go hungry and possibly die.
I know. That's why he knows that we need you. So this is my point. I'm very happy about that.
Okay, so
not a complaint.
to give context for what you guys can do while you're here, guys, just as a reminder, hunting, as many people can hunt as you want. You guys can fish if you have a fishing rod and you have a place to catch it.
For hunting, you need to have traps, don't you?
Hunting,
I think you need. We decided
you must have some
or
kind
a
of gear
missile
for
weapon.
hunting. Yeah, ranged weapon or a hunting trap. But I think Eldred.
Yeah,
do
you
you
go
have a ranged weapon?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you really? Or are you trying to remember?
No, I've got a bow.
Oh, your camera froze, Graham. So it looked like you're going like,
did it?
I haven't. I'm pretty sure.
There's something
very
about Graham. There's something about Graham that makes me believe him no matter what he says. I don't know what it is, but I was like, sure, I'm sure when he has that.
So,
Plus, bring wishes. Oh, great. Okay, thanks. That's
as a
awesome.
reminder, in the Bitter Reach, your forage can not only be used to try and forage for foodstuffs, it can also be used to forage for firewood or for things to burn. Karina's got that for keeping the fire going. It doesn't look like anyone else has torches, though. Okay.
No, I don't.
So, foraging. Now, the other thing is, because you will be active outside while you're doing that stuff, even when you're wearing protective clothing or you need to make an endurance check, those of you who do not have protective clothing, it'll be a series of 6 different rolls at -2 because of the cold.
Do I have protective clothing?
Let's see here. There is. Let me take a look at your character sheet. What have you got on your sheet there? I think we assume that everyone has protective clothing, but nothing that gives bonuses. You guys all knew where you were going. Just you don't have. What have you got in here? Let's see here. Sleeping fur, bronze necklace. Okay.
And if you have a slight frame, you could probably borrow my furs while you're out and about.
Okay, I'm just checking to see.
I don't know what I started with, really.
Yeah, great. You got great fur. Karina, what have you got here? Let's see. I do love the Roll20 sheets for these. These are really freaking good.
Very good.
Sleeping fur, great fur, flint and steel, and a metal bowl.
Oh, right. Okay, so it's the great fur. Virgil, do you have a great fur as well?
Yep.
You guys all took that, yeah. So I think the...
We knew what we were getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not stupid. Come on. We've been around for a little while.
Yeah. It's not our first time around the frozen and barren and monster-filled block, so...
I think we had the benefit of the shipwreck, though, didn't we? So we
You
managed
did, yeah.
to tool up a bit. So we took all the items off the ship.
So we'll
that we
assume
could
there's a
use.
great fur. You know, if you guys can get 2 pelts and you can find a tailor with a thread and needle, you can make great furs for yourself. No pressure.
Maybe the dwarf can use his axe to like carve off a bit of the metal pan and use that as a needle.
Yeah, Eldred, what you can do, Eldred and for Edic, for now, if you want to take some of the Misgrown's stuff, that will give you that, and it gives you +2 gear bonus. So that endurance check, you get a +2 gear bonus on top of.
Okay.
Just don't roll poorly on your gear dice because you might lose some of it.
Yeah, that's what happened to Tierguard. You're blew away.
Okay.
I love the way you rolled it too. The mitten in your mouth. All right.
I had some insight based on last session and just in general with Kevin. So I had bought Great Fur, but I think what's more interesting is that I had acquired Great Fur now. So I had now I have the bonus. Whereas up to this point I did not have it, and I was free. So I'll now add that to my sheet.
Okay. Good. Then, so Eldred is going to go hunting. What is everyone else doing for this quarter, for the day? Who's keeping watch, I guess?
I'll keep watch. I got a decent survival.
Okay.
What's it? Yeah. We're scouting.
Eldred, did you want to go out by yourself? Are you better hunting by yourself, or do you want like?
He's got his wolf.
Are you a hunter?
I'm not a hunter, but I'm pretty good at pulling the air out of adversaries' lungs. Should they start?
That might well be useful out here. I mean, I never hunt alone because I've got Ulgar, but
well, yeah.
But yeah, come along if you can face this climate.
I don't know if I can assist because there is a help.
There is, but you. Let's see here.
I forget how it works.
Several people can hunt at the same time. If you want to roll separately, you cannot hunt in the same location. An option is that one of you hunts and the other help. Help does what? Add 1 dice?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was 1 dice, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's what Virgil and Eldred are going to do this round. Eddic, Karina, you're keeping watch. Tiergar and Eddic, what are you guys doing?
Eddic stepped away real quick.
Oh, yeah,
back.
stepped away. Okay.
Yeah, I think I found out I wasn't very good at scavenging. So you're on watch.
Scavenging is what skill?
Foraging?
Yeah.
Foraging is survival.
Survival. Yeah.
And what is the watch skill? Is that scouting? Or...
Keep watch is, I think it's scouting, yeah.
Okay. How are you at scouting, Tiergar?
I'm not good at either, to be fair. I'm probably slightly better at the scavenging. I've got 4.
I'm equally good at both, so.
Okay. I'll try a bit of scavenging then for this quarter, if you're staying back.
Okay.
And then we'll swap.
Okay. All right.
So in terms of the narrative there, Kev, I believe it's a little bit sort of like frowned upon to just say that you're helping. I feel like I have to suggest how I'm helping. So I'm assisting with the tracking. That's how I see it. You know, it's a little bit unfamiliar territory. We've got the dog looking. We've got me looking. Eldred's obviously looking, and I'm also.
Right. So you're going to get +2 then, Eldred, because of Ulgar helping as well.
Okay.
I think he took the what is it? The talent path. Good boy. So then, let's start with you guys. First, actually, hold on. Let's take a look and see what was happening today. I've already rolled several days worth of stuff ahead of time, because far be it for me to come, overly prepared for a session. That is actually rare, but yeah. Okay. So then, Eldred and Virgil. So Eldred, actually, you'll be making the roll. Let me just double check the terrain. You're going to get -1 for hunting here, but you get +2 from them, so it's going to be a net +1.
Okay.
And go ahead at your leisure and give us a hunting or a survival roll, please.
Survival. So
for my edification, assisting will go into your base roll, right?
Base dice, yes. Yeah.
So let me just do this slowly. I click on survival. Done.
Yep. Then you click on where it says roll. There's a tiny little button that shows up.
But you need to add some dice to your
I need
base.
to add something though, do I?
No,
Do I-
so when you click on survival, on the top left there should be a little button that says roll. You click on that, it'll populate the dice pool.
Has it done it?
What have you got here? What is your... Did you add an extra dice in there?
That's what I wanted to do. I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
Oh, if you click the skill and then you click roll, it just rolls it. If you click the skill, then you got to edit the dice pool.
Oh,
then
there we go.
Roll
Okay.
with API.
Okay, so let me just do that again. Survival, click. And
You
then
should see a box round the 3 dice, like the white dice
Yeah,
should have
got
like
you.
a dotted
Yeah.
line, and you just add 2 to it manually.
Add 1, because
Or you press
he
one
loses
in
1
this
because of
case.
the...
So if I do
Yeah.
that,
Yep,
and then I press roll.
that should work.
Bosh.
There we are.
There you go.
There you are. That's it.
All right. So then, that is 2 successes. So, you can re-roll on the hunting table once per extra dice. So you get 2 rolls on the hunting table. So would you give us a 2d6 roll, please, Graham?
Look, it's going to be 2 mice, isn't it? It's just
Delicious.
Just
Mountain
delicious
mice. Oh, you know what? Hold up. There is... Wait. I gotta localize it, because there is...
Okay.
For localizing.
Well, I take my hat off to you for your marksmanship for getting them 2 mice there.
Don't take your hat off; you might lose it.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, keep your hat on, definitely.
So 2d6, please.
All right, here it comes.
All right. So that is a...
I should have gone into
see.
hunting mode.
Oh,
Yeah,
a
that's it.
wolf or a reindeer. The wolf is going to be -1 to the difficulty.
I'll take the
Deer is a 0.
Reindeer.
The requirement's
Yeah,
a weapon. The reindeer gives you 5 meat. The wolf gives you 4. The wolf gives you 2 pelts. The reindeer gives you 3.
Do I get both or just one of them?
Pick one.
I'll pick one. I'll take the reindeer.
Okay.
Yeah, that can be weird. Sending a wolf after a wolf.
So you were stalking
Yeah.
along after this thing. So then next thing to do is to kill your prey. You must roll again, this time for marksmanship. If you're using a weapon, or survival if you're using a trap.
Okay.
Modify the roll with the difficulty of the animal. You said you're going for the reindeer?
Yeah.
That's a 0.
Okay.
And you'll get +1 from Ulgar and from Virgival each.
So
No
that's onto base.
onto
Yeah.
base. Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting the hang of it. Okay, I'll make a roll. Let's
Here
see
we go.
whether Storm Arrow is all that he cracks up to be. No.
Okay, so you can push it, but you've already got one
Okay.
failing there. What are you thinking?
I'll push it.
Okay.
Yes.
That right there.
So it'll be 1 damage. Oh no! So that is 1 damage to, I think, your agility then, right?
You can keep pushing it. I can heal you when you come back.
You can't.
if
You want to push
it.
it 1 time.
really?
Only dwarves can keep pushing.
Yeah.
That's why Tigger's so good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just see how I do that. Can I? I've got it. Yeah, I've got a little skull on my agility now.
Okay. So what do you think's
That
gone
was
wrong
terrible.
here?
I think it's the cold. I think the cold basically just sort of froze my fingers, and I'm just not used to these temperatures. And it
You got a bad release there, didn't you? You got a bad
Terrible.
release of the. Yeah.
terrible.
I saw that. I see that. I see it was late.
It was in my sights as well.
He's the armchair hunter.
It's like you plucked at it. You want it to just let it next time.
We
Just
sort
let
of-
it roll. Or let the string roll off your fingers. Just let
We
it
pan
roll.
over to see your character sitting at the pub, turning around and talking to a table that he doesn't know.
I'm just giving this sort of hangdog look, really. So to say.
Nah, it's all right. It's all right.
All right, now
that was-
I have great
Plenty more
news, guys.
reindeer out there.
That was
Now
terrible.
you get to each make an endurance roll. But you each have +2 gear dice. Remember to put the 2 black dice in there.
Got you. I'm getting the hang of this now. It's not going to help me. No.
Oh!
Can I push it?
Endurance.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's
And
right.
Virgil, let's see how you do.
I don't get any
Virgil's
willpower for
fine.
this, do I?
You're not wrong. So you can push it.
My
Eldred.
gear dice didn't show up.
You got your success, so
Yeah, it don't matter. It's academic at this point.
okay. So Virgil, do you want to push that roll or? So here's the effect of cold is what is it? Reduce your strength by 1.
I'm all right though. I did it, didn't I?
Yeah,
You did it. Yeah, you're fine.
Push it, yeah.
Nice. Okay,
Well,
so that means you get your success, but it also means you're suffering 1 damage to your strength, I think. And you're suffering, what is it? The gear damage. Isn't your gear broken then?
I think it's damaged. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
break until like all the black
isn't
is
it?
gone.
Reduced, yeah.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, so the bonus from that fur is reduced by 1. Maybe you were wearing it wrong or something like that, and it just the bonus from the fur is now reduced to a 1 gear dice.
Maybe he was he put on a bit that was a little bit too tight for him, and when he drove the bow, it ripped a little bit.
Oh, possibly. Yeah.
Let the cold in.
All right, so Edric, coming back a little worse for wear. Virgil, you're doing okay. Tirgar, you were going to scavenge or forage for today, right? Or for this quarter?
Yeah, I won't be hunting. I'll be just looking at trees, bushes,
Okay.
looking for anything that's growing more than hunting.
Localized foraging. And are you foraging for food or are you foraging for fuel?
Food first.
For food first, okay.
Yep. So survival.
Got a good bit of fuel, so.
Okay, so that'll be survival. And hold on, your foraging modifier is -2 for the
Yeah.
mountains.
Yeesh.
This ain't gonna happen. Okay, let's try it.
There you go. I have faith in you. That faith was woefully misplaced. Now, do you want to push
2
that?
dice.
I'll
Yes.
give it. Yeah, I'll give it a
You
go.
can, can't you?
Get some willpower. Come on.
That is what what does survival use?
Survival uses wits.
Wits.
Okay, so your wits is reduced by 1 then.
Yep.
And then, would you give us a endurance check with +2 gear from your fur? See how that goes. Success. Okay. So
I get a
you
willpower
are...
point.
Oh, those dice too, my goodness. Can we just endure our way to food? Did you choose to push it?
No, it just didn't roll, so I thought I hadn't rolled, so I pressed it again.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, you're fine. So the ones only show up, or the mishaps only show up on a push dice roll. So you're good. Apart from the wits damage. Karina,
Yes.
you kindly give us a scouting check, please.
Scouting. Here we go. Populated and rolling.
You want to push that?
I feel your pain.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait. Hold up. Before you do that, we need to roll a mishap for foraging. Because you failed. The hunt succeeded, just missed the thing. So, would you give us a D6 roll, please, Darren?
If he pushes, does that... Okay, all right.
If he pushes, which?
If he pushes, does that basically negate the failure?
No. He still needs to succeed. He gets the attribute damage, plus there's also the mishap. Unless I've got that wrong. Like, I think a failed roll, because all that the pushing relates to is the outcome of the success or failure of your activity.
Yep.
Okay, so 5. You find abandoned bird's nest and gather D6 eggs that would correspond to 1 unit of vegetables if they were fresh. They are rotten, however, and stink to high heaven when cracked open. Creative players can surely find a use for them, even if they are inedible. So, that cramped cabin that has 10 people and a dog in it now also stinks like rotten eggs. So
nice. We can't air it out because we'll lose the heat.
Yeah, exactly. So then, Karina, you are keeping watch.
I will push that.
You are going to push that, okay? Oh.
Jeez.
So that's 2 damage to... I can't remember what scouting uses. Is it wits?
It's wits, yeah.
Okay, so you got 2 damage to wits, and then we need to roll for your mishap. Let me see here. Is there a mishap for...
What am I going to do? Get snow in my eye?
Here, I'll keep watch. Leading the way, mishaps. I don't think there is a mishap from keeping watch. Just means that you're not going to notice whatever's coming. You do, however, need to give us a endurance roll, please, with +2 gear dice.
Endurance, 2 gear. I'm not having a good time.
Do you want to push that?
Well, nobody seems to be rolling particularly well at the moment.
Nope, didn't get any better.
So you are cold, and you've suffered 1 gear damage to your cloak.
Lovely.
So let's see here.
Which might explain why you're cold.
Yeah. All right, and page 111 for cold. I should, I'll do between now and next session. I'll cut and paste the rules for cold into a handout because I feel like this is going to come up fairly often. So you immediately take.
Shocking.
You also, Karina, take a point of damage to strength and wits. And you cannot.
I got 1 strength left and 3 wits. Holy cow!
So you cannot recover strength or wits only after you've warmed up again. If by a campfire are you able to recover those attributes. So, Eddic, I think you were maybe kind of warming up with the rest of everyone when during the second quarter of the day. Why don't you tell Eddic what he finds as each of you are coming back from this quarter's activities?
I'm cold.
Yeah, Karina is shaking as much as what those hunters were when they came in.
So I'm gonna try to bring Karina like in closer and put I have this great fur, and I'll try to sweep it across. Karina,
she has one on her, but it looks like it's a little worse for wear.
All right.
The worst part about my spells is my spells don't work on me to heal.
Don't worry, you guys have a bard who helps you with... Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm kidding. Carl was feeling under the weather today. It's the only reason. He intended on being here. I shouldn't tease. He was not feeling well today, so that's why he wasn't able to play.
Yeah, I can't do anything helpful.
I'm going to spend the next quarter warming myself up.
So
I've got a normal heal. I got healing of 4. Now I don't know how that works.
Don't forget to, if it applies, which I should have done, use your pride. Use your pride because it gives you a D12. And
once per session you can do it.
Once per session, yeah. I'm just sensing we need something.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all come back.
Yeah.
And this is, let's see here. Virgil and Eldred come back. Eldred, are you cold, Eldred, or are you just with a damaged cloak?
Damaged cloak and cold fingers, I guess.
Yeah, with your agility damage.
I've got a point of agility damage, so it's cold fingers. Yeah.
Okay. And Virgil, you didn't suffer any damage, right?
No.
Okay. At Tirgar, have you suffered any damage, or you just
only the wits from the failure, not from the cold as such.
And as soon as you crack open the eggs, there's just this like from across the entire.
Tough pickings, but I found some eggs, guys.
Question about getting more willpower. Each time we take point damage, do we get willpower?
Yeah, you get. Hold on, your willpower. That is a good question because the upside.
That was 1 per failure, didn't it?
It's a fail.
Is it one per failure?
I think it is because I got a lot of willpower now.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's what I mean. I think so.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
It's one per sort of cross skull thing.
Each time you take, for every skull that you roll on the base dice, when you push, you get a willpower in addition to any damage you suffer. So it doesn't count for the gear damage, unfortunately, but any of you who have taken damage from that, you get 1 willpower for each of them.
Nice.
Okay. Nice. Now, healing. Healing can be used in 2 ways. A person who has had their strength or agility reduced to 0, then you can heal them through recovery, or you can save a life when someone is dying from a critical injury.
Okay.
So it's not attribute loss, but I think you recover. Don't you recover all your attribute loss when you sleep?
If you spend a quarter resting, you can get them back, can't you?
Oh yeah, resting as well. Yeah.
If you spend a quarter resting.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be resting here.
I don't know if it was just your strength. I'm not sure.
Let's see here. Reader recovery on page 108. I will book. Hold on. Recovery. Yes, by resting or sleeping for a quarter, you recover all your lost attribute points. So, what's the mood like with all of you guys getting back to this cabin? And what are the plans for the evening? You have 2 more quarters.
Sorry, Kev.
No, go ahead.
Virgival, being a thinking man, ever since he saw them deer, or that deer, and the missed opportunity, he sort of thought, that's a shame, that's a pity. He's fairly good at the survival, so he's no slouch at crafting. So I think he's been thinking about, we could have got some maybe some antler and some bone, and we could have got some tendons, and maybe we could have sort of, now how do we do that rawhide? And he's been thinking, and then it's popped into his head that we've got these dead adversaries, the misgrown. So he's going to do some gory, some harvesting of raw materials from.
What are you intending on collecting from them?
Sort of like tendons, maybe kind of chop out their thigh bone or something like that, because there was talk of needles and people keep getting their cloaks wrecked. We're gonna need some materials to fashion some repairs. So I'm thinking,
okay,
what is it? Is it gut or sinew or whatever that you can use for?
Yeah, I think because these are humans who were changed. I'm gonna have you give us
dark.
Let's see here.
You might disturb something that you don't want to disturb.
Yeah,
you might catch the curse stuff.
The corporeal. There is a spiritual element to this.
Okay.
Why don't you give us? Because I think I'm going to steal a rule from what do you call it, from Twilight 2000. Basically, like, in order to do this, you need to fail an empathy roll.
Okay.
Because otherwise, it's, but here's the thing. So if you're proposing this out loud to everyone, how does everyone else react to this?
Well, look,
he was thinking.
He propose it?
No, he was pondering this on the way back from the hunting expedition, thinking, I really could have done with that deer. Is there another way that we could?
Is he talking about dismembering the corpse with Eldred as he's?
Well, he's a hunting man, you know. So he might do. I mean, how windy is it? You know, I don't know how conducive it is to a conversation. I might just be thinking, we've got to do something.
You know,
this is
survival. What I love
is
that I'm sure when he met up with all of you guys, what Eldred thought is, thank God, there's no way I could meet someone more insufferable than Edic. And then coming back with this guy proposing to dismember and make use of body parts.
Suddenly, all the portents of Edic and his caution. Yeah, I can get behind it now.
So, as far as parts, like, I think you can, but it's probably going to have an effect on, not only on everyone else, but also there's probably a metaphysical consequence potentially from doing that kind of stuff. Excuse me. You're also messing with the body of the misgrown who are infected by some kind of demonic power that's warped their flesh. Lord knows what might happen if you accidentally nick yourself and get some mixed blood with them.
Well, if everybody's a bit jumpy about it, I don't have to do it.
Oh, the bit? I would have found some way of getting a hold of whatever you got and burning it.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to stop me probably, I suppose, if that was the case. I mean,
sometimes death is better than. I'm
going to be sort of like I'm going to be standing there, and I sort of like sharpening my knife and like poking about and things. It'd be difficult to keep it secret.
So if Virgil is intending on, I guess those bodies have been out for 6 hours now, so there is an issue of them being probably quite frozen. But how is the rest of the party reacting to Virgil's nighttime vivisection plan?
Well, Rena's dead set against it, but she can't really do much to stop him because she's cold enough to want to warm up.
I'm actually debating whether going outside is better than staying here and watching this.
I think we're out. I think I'm outside.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
So basically what we would be thinking is Virgil will be doing his task outside. So for this thing, I'm assuming that Karina is, for the purpose of the third quarter, is going to be resting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will be.
Resting, okay. Virgil.
Attic thinks this is a good idea because he's seen Virgil in action and knows that he knows what he's doing. So he's gonna
I have read a lot of books.
Thieves.
I have read many books, and I know the way of things.
I can hear Olga growling.
Yeah. Tirgar?
Yeah, I don't think he'd be as fussed as the others. At this point, he's getting pretty hungry. It's pretty cold. If he can do something that's going to help, I don't really care about the misgrown and stuff. I know that there's rumours of them being all nasty and shouldn't touch them, so he's not going to go near them. But if people want to poke about with them, that's up to them. He's more keen on getting these furs given to the hunters. The people are resting. He's getting the hunters geared up to go out and find us some food.
Does anyone, is it craft that's used?
I tell you what. Well, I was going to say, Kev, I'm really good on law, right? And I was going to say, what do I know? How much do I know about these mistgrown? I mean, I'm well read.
Yeah.
And if there's a history of people messing with misgrown and getting in trouble, having problems.
Let's not church it up by calling it messing about. You're planning on vivisecting human beings. So, do you have training in craft or crafting?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're technically able to potentially take these people apart. What is the goal that you're hoping to achieve with this?
Well, in this current survival situation that we're in, needing to repair our equipment,
right,
we need supplies, and his understanding of like if you was hunting deer and creatures like that, you would take tendons, wouldn't you, to potentially like sew rawhide and bowstrings and stuff like that. So, and somebody talked about a needle as well, and typically you'd make needles using bones and things like that.
Here, let's do this. Let's talk about the what you need for, because they actually provide in the rule book what you need to build this stuff.
Oh, right, okay.
Mm-hmm. So thread and needle, you need 1/10 of iron and 1/10 of cloth. To make So I don't know if
so that's like a linen thread. That sounds like a linen thread.
Yeah.
All right.
You need the talent smith and tailor, and you need a forge.
All right.
Okay. For raw materials like leather, you need a tannery. For a pelt, it's hunting. Yeah.
Just to make it clear, this, Darren, you're not related to the common guy, right? Just to make sure. Okay. Then you can keep playing.
Yeah, like tallow you could get, but again, like you need a tanner talent from that.
It don't sound like it stacks up very well with the stuff.
Not really, no. Like there's not. Like the thing is, you've got a bowstring already, but you don't have a bow, right? Elred's got that, so I'm not sure that having an extra bowstring out of tended would necessarily.
No. I was thinking to make a cordage, basically, to do repairing and stuff like that.
I think you guys have that already, because you have some of that already, don't you?
I don't know.
We had repairs to one fur thing that was done.
Yeah, there's repairs to one cloak were already. Tirgard did that yesterday.
Oh right. Well, if he's got the stuff, there's no sweat, no bother. If we're not in a dire situation, then I won't be messing with these minging corpses out in the cold there, freezing in.
If we do need some kind of metal tools, I'm pretty sure Tirgar can take this metal plate that we shaped into a bowl and get some pieces out of it that are usable briefly.
So here's a difference, Colin, just for mechanically wise. Repair doesn't require raw materials, but crafting, it says, is just like repairing, but you also need raw materials. So for repairing, you're not consuming stuff to repair stuff. You just need to make a successful crafting roll.
Oh right. Oh okay. Oh, sound. So maybe you just improvise.
Yeah, you make do with what's there.
Yeah. Oh, sound.
Was there anything else you were hoping to get out of the bodies, or?
No. I just thought it'd be useful stuff to get us out of the woods, as it were.
Okay.
But if its repair doesn't need the materials, then I wouldn't mess.
Even if you're hungry, you suffer a point of damage from hunger, but you don't suffer another point of damage until a week later.
So we're all right then, basically, really.
Yeah, you're not great, but I mean, you guys aren't on the precipice of dying. You have food left still. You have other things. Even if you choose not to feed the hunters, they're all worn down by the cold and the hunger, but they're not dead yet.
No.
And they may be able to get there.
So time is more valuable. So I wouldn't mess about doing things I don't need to do.
Virgil comes in, I don't know why you guys were suggesting cutting up and making, stuff out of these guys. We don't need. We're not that bad off right now. Eric, why were you talking about this? Jeez, you have woefully misjudged the direness of our situation.
I think the eggs got to Virgil and he started talking nonsense.
So
it's the cold.
What do you guys wish to do with your last 2 quarters?
Sleeping. I'll probably stay on watch during the night, but I need to rest now.
Okay. So you're going to rest now?
Same.
So Eldred, you're resting?
Yeah, resting.
Okay.
I will. I can do both. I can either rest and or on the other quarter watch.
And reflect.
And reflect on the horrible situation we find ourselves in.
We could send some hunters out to get food, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. We'll take the furs off of the guys that are resting and send the hunters out. I think that's the best.
Yeah, you could send them out.
Because they've had a quarter to rest and warm up. Mm-hmm. So hopefully they're feeling a bit better now.
And if they do come back with food, I could spend that quarter cooking it and somebody else could be watching.
That is fine with me.
What happens if they don't come back?
One less mouth.
That's not fine with me.
Well, you're giving them the furs is what I mean.
I know. That's...
Well, they're not all going, so if they want to leave their mates here, if they don't come back, then...
I could go.
I'm more
again.
mean if they die out there.
But if they go 3 of them together, I would hope they wouldn't die if they're decent hunters.
Well, I could go out again.
I mean, I could go with them to protect them, but that just means that I would be using my...
hold on, they can't hunt because unless they're borrowing Eldred's bow, they don't have any weapons. And they don't have traps.
Okay.
Let them borrow the bow.
They get forage.
Or forage.
What do you think, Eldred? You'd let them borrow your bow for a brief period?
I wouldn't ask him for that. I wouldn't.
I just did.
They can forage. I'll use the bow a little bit later.
Okay. So then, the hunters will be heading out.
It might provoke his pride actually to not rest and go out again anyway to try and prove himself.
Well, you could rest later.
Yeah, we could have
During the
another go.
I think have another go, and I'm going to use my pride because he's proud that he can do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that makes more sense than just
What
sulking
is your
and trying
pride?
to heal.
Yeah.
I can survive alone in the wilds for weeks.
Okay.
I
So
think that's appropriate. I can't survive for 5 minutes. That's the truth of it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
so let's hear. So far with the cold, you've got minus one of your wits.
On paper.
You got more.
Yeah.
Oh my
paper.
goodness. Okay, so then, why don't you guys put in chat? Let's make it easier. Put in chat if you know what you're doing for this quarter. This is the night.
Oh,
Are
is
you
it?
resting or are you sleeping? Remember, those are two different things.
Sleeping
Right,
is
so-
we'll get my stats back, right?
Both will get your stats back. Sleep is the thing you have to do, but you'll be unconscious for it. And if it's interrupted, you don't get the benefit of it.
Definitely sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I think probably it makes more sense to sleep then, and then go out in the morning.
Okay.
I lost track of time there.
Okay. So Edric's resting. Okay. Lonely
what
fur
happens if-
to hunter.
I should be loaning.
Okay. Is this a
also,
what do you call a personal ad or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lonely fur
fair.
to hunter and resting.
But I don't want to be cheating here because I came in later at a later point, so me resting is okay because I have no damage. Is that something acceptable for the
Well, we could-
given the
somebody-
situation?
We would need somebody on watch if everybody else is going to be out and about.
I mean, I like being on watch. I don't want to be cheating the moment because I came in one session ahead after everybody else. So
What do you? What do you mean?
Well, so I have no damage. I've taken no damage this whole time.
Oh, don't worry, it'll come. Yeah,
Okay.
take it. Yeah, don't. No, that's not. That is a check in the mail, my friend.
So everybody watching, you heard it right here. It's coming.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, yes. Well, that's
I
what.
feel
Like
better
after
now.
we're
I feel
playing a
good.
couple sessions with these games, like it is not a question of if you're going to lose the attribute, like take attribute damage from pushing or things like. It's just
Okay.
that's just part of the game. It's also the
Just the
only way
game.
you get willpower. So the upside to it.
That's true. Can I have some willpower damage? Like take some damage right now?
Just go on, do like some go on watch and fail it, and you'll get some.
That's right. Okay.
Okay.
Kevin knows me. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Virgil, what are you doing for this quarter?
So what happened about the hunting?
The hunters are going out.
You're
It
gonna go
sounds like.
foraging.
What?
And is
At night?
Oh, not hunting. They're going foraging.
And what about Virgil and Aldred going for another spin before the last quarter? So we've got 2 quarters left.
Eldred's sitting by the fire, shivering, like,
If there's 2 quarters, he will go out.
There is. You can go for a midnight hunt, effectively.
Okay. We'll do that.
And then we can come back and then we can rest.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just going to double
sleep.
check. There's got to be some kind of penalty if you don't have dark vision for trying to hunt at night. Let's see.
He's invoking his pride, so it'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, the pride is definitely gonna potentially help.
It's just
Yeah, but the game-wise, the way it's been set up, it seems like that would apply somehow.
Okay.
Let's have a look.
Need to get me a wolf. I'm jealous now.
We always want you to have a wolf, Jonathan. Trust me.
Well, I mean, I'm playing a druid. I mean, where's my animal companion?
Yeah. Absolutely.
There probably is a path, isn't there, for the druids?
There might be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming you guys were talking about hungry, but
Hunt.
I'll have to
It's
dig
just
deeper in the book.
it's
Okay.
just see. Oh no.
so. Survival is a wits-based thing. They're going to be rolling 3 dice for their survival for foraging. So, someone want to give us, and I'll let, because of the number that are going, who would like to give us a roll of 5 basic dice, please? This will be
Just
their foraging
5d6?
attempt. 5 basic dice, please.
Jonathan, I feel like you volunteered yourself.
So I think you can do it on the central thing, can't you? The dice pool thing.
Here we go. Boom. Shit.
Whoa, that's a
Whoa!
But
Oh!
Why dost thou hate me, roll 20? Not today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeff, you are here in spirit.
So, how many came back?
Well, this is, we get to roll the mishap for it. Would you give us a 1d6 roll? I'm assuming, okay, they're an NPC, so they're not going to push, but give us a 1d6
Wow.
roll there, John.
Wow.
Well, there's more of those rotten eggs they found. So these are apparently all over the place. Would you also give us their stats here? A dice roll of 2d6. I'm just going to apply this to all of them. 2d6 for strength and 2. So it'll be 2 dice plus 2 basic dice plus 2 gear dice.
And no skill dice?
No skill dice. Succeed. Fortunately, the cold they can handle.
Wow.
All right, so their foraging expedition has just brought back more of those.
All right,
frickin'
Eldridge
things.
and Virgil, it's all up to you to get us actual meat.
Now, what is?
No
I'm sorry.
pressure.
Virgil, are Virgil and Eldred heading out for another hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
So, however the game updated our character sheets, I lost my pride, dark secret, and relationship stuff. So,
Oh, did you? I think
bad.
that's on the. I think that might be on the PDF version of your characters. I just posted
I
those.
think we chose those when we started. So
Oh, okay.
I still remember what mine were. So I'm gonna add them.
Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna check. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I see. It rolls the dice as well. That's quite clever. That is quite clever.
No, okay. There's no penalty for hunting at night. Oh wait, darkness. Yes, there is.
I thought it was just seasonal. for
So if you don't
hunting.
have, do you, Eldred? Do you have night vision?
No.
Okay. So it'll be -4. No, -3 to hunting, but +1 from Virgil's help, +1 from Ulgar's help. So it'll be a -1 in total, I guess.
For the survival or for the marksmanship?
This is for the survival roll.
The survival.
Yeah, you can't do the
Okey-doke.
marksmanship until you sort of succeed at the hunting.
That's right. I wasn't sure what the minus was for. Okay, so survival. And how do I do a -1?
Just move the basic dice down by 1.
Oh, got you. Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Go.
You want to push that?
Yeah.
Oh, your pride. Hold on, your pride. Roll your pride.
So I may have done so above by mistake, but it rolls it on the pride. You click the pride, don't you?
Oh, okay. So you got your well. There you go. You got your success.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
then, what you got? Here comes the mouse. Give us a D6 roll. Let's see what you found.
My pride shall sustain me. I found a mouse.
Shit.
Please. Oh, what is
Here's
it?
the upside. It's not a mouse.
Rub it.
It is a ptarmigan. Ptarmigan is 0 modifier to the difficulty. 1 meat.
That's like a little bird thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a grouse, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
That's right.
So,
a white one.
No
like a
modifier
white grouse,
to your
innit?
marksmanship other than -2 for the -2 for the darkness, but then you'll get +2 from Virgival and from Olgar helping you with this. So just give us a flat marksmanship roll at your leisure.
Now it should, I think, include the gear bonus for the longbow.
Does the longbow give a gear bonus?
It says a bonus +2.
Let's see here.
Is that right? Because it's not applying into the gear black bit. Do you know what I mean?
you have to add that manually if you're using gear bonuses.
Do you?
Yeah, you just click on 2 gear or whatever.
Sure. Okay, I think it is 2, Kevin.
Oh yeah, you get the choice of adding it in because it potentially breaks on a.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I
well,
think
I need
so.
all the help I can get, so I'm just gonna do it.
I take it. Here we go.
Yeah, good point.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Well, at least longbow didn't break.
Do you want to push
True.
that?
Yeah.
Do it, yes.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
that's 2
gonna
damage to
hit.
your agility. What's your agility right now?
Then minus
3.
1.
Okay.
I can heal you should you come back. Come back. Fuck. Damn. Bow was damaged.
Boy.
2 damage to agility, and 1, your accuracy of your longbow is reduced by 1.
I can do that.
Okay.
Starve.
So
I
then,
just can't do it. I just can't.
don't worry, guys. I have good news. You get to roll 1 more time for the endurance. So, Eldred, you get endurance roll with +1 gear dice. Virgil with +2, because those furs haven't been repaired yet.
Okay.
Nice. Fortunately, the cold does not bother you. So you guys return empty-handed.
Never mind, Eldred. Next time we'll get it.
So
Hopeless.
and then finally, Edric, you were keeping watch. Would you give us a scouting roll, please?
Okay.
Do you have night vision?
I have no.
Okay.
I fear our companions will be laughing at us,
There we go.
Eldred.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I deserve I deserve it.
And then, Edic, would you give us an endurance roll with plus... Actually, oof. How many cloaks do you guys have? Or
I
how many
have
furs? I
0,
think each of
so-
you had one, and there was 2 from...
I have gray furs.
Oh, you already have that. Great, right. So then,
I do.
endurance with 2 gear dice, please.
Okay.
Come on.
Nice. Hopefully this is correct.
got your willpower.
Ah,
Well, you get your willpower now, yeah.
Push it. You'll get some more willpower.
If you push it.
true. All right. If I hit the
The blue button will
one.
roll everything that
Okay,
wasn't,
great.
yeah.
everything was.
There you go.
All right, so
Did I get it? Oh, good. Oh yes.
Yeah,
oh,
you
good.
got-
Great.
2 damage to your strength, and 1 damage to the fur.
That's nice. It keeps it, doesn't it? It keeps the base
Yeah.
skulls for the next roll. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you add your willpower, Eldred?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Eldred, you got because you
Neither.
took damage from that first roll, right? Yeah, Eldred, did you gain your 2 willpower?
Oh, did I? Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah,
You gain willpower equal to the damage
you
you
should
take
have
to your
3, I
scores.
think, so far, because you took damage from that
I have
first one,
3.
too.
Yeah, I've got 3 now.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. All right. So, an unsuccessful... Sonny, if anything is coming tonight, Edric will be none the wiser.
Well, Edric made his survival check. He just failed his endurance.
Right. Yeah, okay. And then, Tiergar, what were you doing? Are you sleeping?
I was just resting to get my my wits back and.
So, well, here's the thing, guys. If Karina, you slept, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then you'll be able to keep watch, because otherwise you guys are going to have no one to keep watch when everyone else is sleeping.
Yeah.
All right, so you all return. A little worse for wear. Fortunately, nothing comes from the last... what do you call it? That last quarter. For the final quarter, is everyone sleeping except for Karina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people were sleeping, right? Or they don't need to sleep twice.
Who slept? Everyone was doing
Didn't
something.
Tiergar-
You're the
didn't
only
Tiergar
one who
sleep?
slept.
I thought Tiergar was sleeping. Oh, he was resting. Okay,
Okay.
I'll keep watch.
So then the only person we need to roll from is from Karina for keeping watch.
Come on, Karina, you can do it.
And
Alrighty,
also
so-
restore all the damage you took, Karina.
I'm swinging 6 willpower right now, so
Okay.
ooh,
Wow.
so scouting, right?
I think it's a max of 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be scouting.
Okay, 6, 2, yeah.
There you go.
nice.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
So Karina, fortunately... Oh, then an endurance check for you too, please, Karina.
And only 1 from my gear.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you're... There you go, no problem.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, so
Yeah.
you see the sun come up, and while you were doing so, you are... Let's go back. Well, I've been sitting on this fucking map the whole time. There you go. Let's take a look at our lovely little cabin, guys. And are there any... No, there's no measuring tool artifacts. That's good. Okay. With the morning coming, Edic, Virgival, Tiergar, and Eldred, you can remove all of your ability damage.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Everyone's got a good night's sleep.
Awesome.
However, we do
Wow.
need to do the matter of food and water. So you would have, assuming Tiergar was tending the his little pot, you should have added 2 more dice to the water.
So distribute that as you will.
So,
We probably give those to the hunters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, I can tell you what happens when you don't get sufficient water. After a day without it, you become thirsty. You cannot recover any attributes, and you suffer 1 point of damage to strength and agility every day. Yeah, so that's probably important for them to drink. So why don't you give us...
Does anybody not have food dice right now?
Yeah, I haven't got any.
I've got a D8. I'll give you one of my shares.
Okay,
Thank you.
Tiergar, would you give us a roll of 2d6, please? Let's see how the water stretches with the 2 ones you gave them. Exhausted immediately. There's 3 hunters who do not have water right now.
I'll throw another D6 at them with water because I've got a D8 in it.
Okay. Tiergar, would you give us another d6 roll, please? Only it's gone too. 2 more hunters that have no water.
Anybody else gonna have to start giving them water? Cause
Let's
I'm
see
at
what you guys
D6.
have left over. Why doesn't everyone roll their what?
I was just going to say I could give them, I've got a D8 currently, I could give them a water.
Okay. So then, Tiergar, would you give us another d6 roll? And 1 more. It's exhausted, so the hunters are out of water, but they all are not going to die today. All our heroes, go ahead and give us your water roll.
Sweet. Oh, then Tiergar lost his.
Tiergar. Yeah, Tiergar's out of water, but everyone else is okay. Virgival's out of water.
Bollocks.
Okay. Is it 2 dice per quarter or 1 dice per quarter? The bowl is generate one dice per
it's one per quarter.
One per quarter.
One per quarter. Okay.
That's what we said.
So you two are out of water, and then would everyone roll their food, please? Eldred's down to 4.
Yikes.
Edic is out of food. Okay.
Yep.
So, before we take our mid-session break, which is going to be a little late, let me tell you the good news. This is where I'm getting out, transitioning into being a religious-based podcast. So let me tell you the good news, guys.
This is a moment. Just transitions.
Yeah, this was a slow build for 7 years. No, I'm kidding. Today, guys, a light breeze, no snow falling, and just cold. So those of you with furs will not even need to make endurance checks for the cold. Today may be a day where you can actually travel.
Yes, this is a day to move.
We need to beat feet.
Did you say eat feet? I think that was Virgil's idea from yesterday.
Come on, guys, it's too soon, all right?
Who is out of any resources right now?
Yeah, I'm out of water.
I'm out of food.
Okay.
I'm still floating with D6s in both of mine.
Why don't you hasn't taken my water down? What's that? Do you
it
have
doesn't
to
do it
manually?
automatically.
Yeah, you got to manually do
You
it.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Damn.
Okay. Then why don't we take our mid-session break right now, guys? We'll come back and figure out what you guys.
I need to roll to see how much wood we used.
Oh yes, yeah. Give us a D12.
Still got it.
So got it. Okay, lots of firewood.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay. So then, for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we'll see what happens next.
Ah! Oh, it's quite punishing, isn't it? Is quite punishing.
Yep.
As rightly so. Rightly so. Quite punishing, isn't it, Graham? I was saying to Diz.
It's good actually because I've run this game, so yeah. I've inflicted this on other people. So it's now my turn. It's punishing. You're right.
Okay. So, finally make some moves now. These more chances of random encounters, guys. That's just terrific news.
I think we was a bit ambitious hunting at night there. But
I think that, yeah.
Well, think about
trying to save face, trying to save face.
Yeah, live and die by your pride.
Ooh. Okay. While we're waiting for George to get back, I'll quickly look.
So, confidence is rocked here, but I'm thinking I'm going to say I'm going to lead the way unless there's somebody else who thinks that's what they want to do.
I've got a bonus on pathfinding, but
you have. Excellent.
If I'm not having any ability damage, my scouting and survival are 8s.
Wow, you beat me.
My survival is a 7, and I've got a +1 if I lead the way, so that'd be an 8.
The downside is my strength is 3 and my agility is 2, so.
Got you. Okay, so we're all quite good at pathfinding there, that kind of stuff.
We're quite an outdoorsy kind of bunch, I think.
We're just having a real bad set of luck here, so.
Oh yeah,
we're just pretending to be crap.
Well, one way of looking at it is like that was one of the worst nights that you would find yourself in, where you'd already been suffering a bunch of damage, you were well down on a bunch of resources. And you, what do you call it? You had a bunch of extra mouths to feed, too.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously would have known that we was going out hunting in a suboptimal situation, but you can't just go, oh, this is not perfect, we're not going to get our personal best, let's not bother. We've gone, no, we'll go out, we'll see if we can bring home the ptarmigan. But
bring home the ptarmigan.
The moment we get out of the mountains, we can actually find better hunting grounds. So
I love that becoming a what do you call euphemism for success in this campaign. So how did the session go? We brought home the ptarmigan.
Better than rotten eggs.
That's it. That'll be what I say. So next time we send out Eldred and I'll give him the warrior's handshake and look him in the eye. Eldred, bring home the ptarmigan.
I'll come back with a mouse. So, what season is it, Kev?
What? Say again?
What season is it?
Season is it? I believe it is springtime.
Right. Okay.
So, although it's different in what do you call it?
Oh, the Bitter Reach.
Yeah.
Do we get light in morning and daytime?
It's just such a fucking fabulous. I haven't looked at the most recent one, in detail yet, but I do see that they've got like volcanic plains as one of the kind of terrains you can go through. And it's like, okay, so survival in the Ravenlands is pretty challenging. Let's up the ante with a blasted, you know, Arctic landscape with our first supplement, and then let's make it, you know, fucking fiery plains. Like, the hell's the next one going to be? Just like like an entire setting of nothing but broken glass and nails. We got weather. Here we go. Okay. Oh man, the mishaps in the Bitter Reach for what they called for failures to lead the way. Fabulous.
No pressure then.
No pressure at all.
But the way I've been rolling, maybe I'm not the best person to take the lead.
Okay. Here we go.
Well, you guys find out. You guys find out. Go ahead.
Oh, so light in the morning and daytime, dark in the evening and nighttime. Sorry, John, what were you saying?
I was saying, if you guys ever find out what Karina's dark secret is, it'll be very interesting.
Ooh. She actually ate the, what do you call it, those misgrown while you weren't looking?
No, that's disgusting.
Okay, hey, I agree. I don't know why she did it, but... All right, so everyone's going to be hiking. Let's go over to the map. Why'd you put in chat if you know what your role is going to be?
I'm pretty good at, like, keep an eye out for things, so I'll...
Let's put in chat if you know what your role is going to be. Oh, and if someone who's pink... John, would you mind moving your measuring tape? It's showing up as an artifact.
Oh, I'm seeing yours on there as an artifact.
Oh, yeah, let me get rid of it. There you go. Thank you.
I'll do scouting / keeping watch.
So, guys, there's no such thing as scouting. Let's try and make sure like there are defined roles. If we're picking a role, lead the way is one. Keeping watch is one.
Okay. Keeping watch. Yeah.
So you cannot forage while you hike. You cannot hunt while you hike. You cannot fish while you hike. You cannot rest while you hike. So
I
basically,
believe there's nothing that I can do while I'm hiking when I made my character. So
okay.
I think I'm.
So then, who is someone a white? Why is there a white dot there? It's weird.
I don't see nothing.
No, there's a white dot in the middle of the screen right here. I don't know what that's from. Okay. Then. Unless there's anyone wants to change things, we're going to be doing Virgival with you.
Yes.
So keeping watch is... Let's see here. One of these you cannot have help with, right?
I'm not sure if you can have help with leading the way.
No, you can't do it with keeping watch.
Oh.
Can't do it with keeping watch? Okay. Can you help with lead the way?
I'm not sure.
It can only be done by one adventurer. It's on page 145.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But wasn't sure.
Okay.
Want me to roll, Kev?
Helping's not allowed. Yes. Please. Yeah, go ahead. I'm just going to see if there's any modifiers. I don't think there is. Okay. 2 successes. Nice. Let's see. All right.
So what are we rolling?
This was the...
lead the way.
Yeah, Virgil's rolling the leading the way. And then let's keep watch. Here we go. All right, and then for keeping watch is scouting for you there, Karina. If you're taking the watch.
So,
which of you?
Yeah,
So
okay.
Karina, I see Karina and. Oh yeah, you can't assess with keeping watch. So Eldred
Gotcha.
or Karina, or which of you two is choosing to make the roll?
I've got a +8 in it, or an 8 in it, so that's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I'll roll with that then. Of course I fail.
Do you wish to push that roll?
Absolutely, I could use another point of
Oh!
How about 3 points?
Cool, I'm at 9 now.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
what's your... That uses wits. What's your wits right now?
If I took 3 damage, it's at 3.
Okay.
So I've got 3 wits left.
Do you still take the damage if you succeed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The trade-off is you might get a chance to succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got quite a high wits then.
Okay.
Yes, I have a 6 wits.
Wow.
All right. So then...
Nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling kind of worn out now. My eyes are like dry and itchy, and I got tundra pollen in my eyes.
Yeah.
Karina, here is one upside. While you were hiking for today, and guys, can you all control your token, or have I set it to only me? Oh, you guys can all control it. Move to 1 hex, please.
We'll let the person leading the way do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were we
So-
going? Did you want to? We're going to this one, aren't we?
I think we're going west or in a western direction. Yeah.
You cannot go down that ridge, though. It's the thing. You need to. You guys don't have any climbing equipment, so that edge that's along there, you're not going to be able to go down. So you're going to want to go from there to up, like in this direction, and then go to where it's lower.
Oh, so that's that one. So that one then.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Yeah, there's for sure. There's a little dot, a white dot that's in there. It's weird. Okay. So here's what happens: is as you guys are making your way along. Fortunately, because of the weather, you don't need to make any endurance rolls. You've got the appropriate clothing for the cold, so you are tromping along. Let me bring you to the. There we go. Immersion. Look at this, guys.
I think narratively, the reason why Karina, exhausted herself that direction, she was trying to keep track of the hunters too, make sure they were out of danger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like herding goats or something.
Okay.
Slow down.
Okay, so what you find is when you're taking your morning rest is the first time that you hear it whispering in your ear, Karina. Now, first you kind of look around and see whether it is one of the other player or one of the other of your companions or one of the hunters, but it does not seem to be the case. And here, over the course of the 6 hours that you travel, is what you are told. And I'm going to try keep an eye on to make sure that I think I told the morning session, guys, but the sound suppressor, I fucked up my noise suppressor thing. So it was cutting out the thing. I'm going to try and make sure it does not happen now. But 3,000 years ago, the elven king Farinblad ruled a verdant kingdom that stretched from the coast all the way to the White Peaks. The kingdom was called Rodenvale, and all was well. But the enemies of Farinblad and the elves were many, and a pact betwixt 5 demon princes sealed the fate of the kingdom. One night, these princes of filth stole the light of the stars and tamed the 4 elements. With the power thus bestowed upon them, they called down a frozen curse over the Winter King and his subjects. All the strongholds and fortresses of Rodenvale were buried in snow, and an eternal winter descended over the land. The demon princes then forged 5 artifacts that sealed the curse, the seals of fire, water, wind, earth, and stars, and then set 5 bestial guardians to watch over them. Beneath stone and ice, fools whirl about in a dance of death in the light of Gibble's burning visage. In her sunken tower, crowned by fire, Abzu sings a mournful lament over the fall of Rodenvale. With fangs full of poison, Ninhursag and her 1,000 spawn wait in a chamber where the footfalls of giants echo, while Indugug dances on winds borne by traitorous servants, and the towers of the Farseers Mool awaits, ready to slay those who would disturb the wandering stars. Yet, all is not lost. If the seals are destroyed, the curse will be broken, and living soul who shatters the seal will be filled by its power. All the better to fight against the 5 demon princes that seek to prevent this. Thus, the bitter reach awaits Farrenblad's heir, for the one who breaks the grasp of eternal winter and wakes this frozen land from its slumber, the one who returns spring to these lands, will win Farrenblad's crown and rightfully rule over the risen kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
One of you finally notices that Karina has been keeping watch, but has been very distracted. And you touch her. I will post a transcript of that, guys. But this is what you hear, Karina. And as the morning ends and you guys are taking your rest in this mountainous journey, what is it you say? Because you are the only one who has heard this.
Well, she'll look around at the gathered hunters and her compatriots and try the best she can to reiterate what she heard. And she says it was whispered by the spirits of the wind in her ear as they traveled. Does this sound familiar to anybody else?
I think. Yep. There we go. Those of you who are trained in lore can give us a check if you'd like.
I was not. That's why I assumed she knew nothing about this. So.
Yep.
Nice.
And is anyone else trained in lore?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. Here it comes.
Okay.
Wow.
Nice, guys. So, Edic, Virgival, and Tirgar. We'll have to talk more about why you guys came up here, but in the world of Forbidden Lands, there are different kinds of elves. One lost variety of that are the Winter Elves, and Farrenblad is the legendary king of the Winter Elves. So as Karina describes this stuff to you, the other names and the other aspects of the legend, you would need to speak to sages to get more information about that. But Farrenblad, the person they whisper of, is elves tend to not want to speak about him. Oh, possibly, yeah. It would have to be something. It would have to be something potent that would have sent that. That message is likely from someone or something. Those of you who have those,
yeah.
That's our understanding of it. Do we know any more about these winter elves? Are they
from roll right now? No, but I mean the absence of knowledge about them almost tells you something about them. The elves have had a very complicated history anyway. In the Forbidden Lands, the winter elves themselves are like it's not a kind of elf that I think you've ever encountered. Perhaps you've heard of them, but certainly not any kind that you have met. So they're a lost people, and most
in ascendancy.
Yeah, and sorry, what was that, Graham?
So they were once, maybe long ago, they were, by the sound of it, they were in ascendancy. They ruled, they had power, but it was broken. It
seems, yeah. They're an entire lost people.
Yeah.
In fact, it's kind of curious that there's almost no elves that have made, from the south, that have made their way up to the Bitter Reach.
So there could be lost, ruined cities, glittering with...
Well, what you've heard is that the entire north is covered by ice and snow. So the prospect of an entire hidden kingdom underneath there. Now, what do you make of the signs? Or those captured stars?
Oh.
Well, it's definitely. Somebody's sending this message, and it's like they're throwing down the gauntlet, like it's directed at specifically. Well, it's specifically kind of directed at Karina. And it's suggesting that whoever lifts this is going to become the rightful ruler of the realm. And currently, that's looking like that's directed at you, Karina.
She doesn't know what to make of it. She's always been pretty in tune with the spiritual realm and the natural phenomena, but all this is above her head. She has a simple existence, living out and about. Like going to towns and cities are a bit of an adventure for her.
She is the youngest, I think, of all of you guys. Mm-hmm. I think she's the only character who is a young character. I think most of you are adults, and then Hengar is, I can't remember his name. Hengar, is that right? Yeah. Hender is old. All right. That's so that was only your first quarter day, guys. You guys still have another quarter day of travel. So, Virgival, yes. Give us a leading the way check, please.
You guys can tell that she's kind of taking a hit and is going to be somewhat distracted, so somebody else should probably keep the watch on the travel.
Okay.
Is that you?
Did you want to? Are we sorting out what everybody's doing, Kev? Before I make this
I think
roll?
no. You can go ahead and make it. I think what Karina's asking is that Eldred, because Eldred was had offered at first. So Virgival, success.
Yep.
Okay. Anna says congratulations, and Eldred.
So that's scouting, yeah.
That is scouting. Yeah, correct.
Okay. And I don't have any adds to this of any description.
No, nor penalties.
No penalties. I can't. can I spend a willpower point to with my Path of the Beast to have Ulgar assist me?
We'll see here. Or is it Path of the Beast? Okay.
Oh, that's cool. So it's like it's kind of like your pet companion is almost like almost like a spell kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta give me one of them things.
Spend a willpower to send the animal ahead, check out a place nearby, and then we'll warn you. Yeah. Go ahead. Spend a willpower point to get an extra +1.
Is it on a base?
On base, yes. Any pluses are always to base, not to skill, not to gear.
Okay. Fantastic. I'm going to roll now.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I like that. That's a good way to do that.
Oh, holy shit. I think the lesson here, as we've learned with Beetle Base in our Night Below campaign, is put the pet in charge and you'll do fine.
But never leave the pet alone or it will die.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely a good prudent thing is to check for the anniversary of the release of the film Tremors, because that tends to end poorly
That's
for
where I got my poor kobold.
pet camping.
Oh, that dog.
All right, so here's the thing. Here is the thing. Wait, where is the thing? Hold on. Nope, here it is. So as you are making... Oh, first of all, go ahead. Virgiville, go ahead and move your token.
Oh, yeah.
One more square. You probably want to go north, actually, because that, again, you're on the... Like, you cannot go off of that cliff. You have to move...
What, to there?
To there, yeah.
Right.
Like, basically, the way I'm... Imagine that... oopsies. Imagine that any of this here, this line, that represents a massive cliff. Where this whole part is a depression.
Right, yeah, I'm with you now. No, I thought you was talking about the peaks.
Castor's Edge.
I'm with you now.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because this is the start of that thing. And it runs...
Yeah, it's not... It changes there, doesn't it? Yeah, I see that.
But, oh boy, look at that, though. Oh my god, what is that? Hello.
That's where the Fang Dragon lies.
Has that just appeared on the map?
No, it's been there the whole time.
How is it?
I do have
uncovered.
All the images for the stickers ready, we can plunk them down as you guys discover stuff. It's going to be awesome.
Nice.
Okay, so it is getting nearer the end of the day. Eldred, you are definitely feeling more in your element right now. You know, you as being the outrider and keeping an eye out for everything, you are feeling much more in your element. You can feel like you guys may even be kind of making your way along Castor's Edge here and seeing that, you know, you're making progress towards the lowlands. This will be hopefully your last night in the mountains, weather permitting and everything.
I reckon that Eldred could survive weeks alone in the wilderness.
He keeps telling you. Which
Look at him go.
Curious when Eldred, you are probably about maybe 50 yards or so ahead of everyone else, and you kind of reach this point where you are. This part goes down, and then it's going to lead back up once again. But there is something unusual that you find. There is a circle of rough-hewn stones that seem to have brought themselves up from the earth, not set themselves down because of the little bits of broken like mortar and stone around them. Are you trained in lore at all?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay. The way that they are placed seems it seems almost like it is a perfect circle. So it's clearly not like a natural phenomenon. So that's unusual. Here's the other unusual thing. You can see dead scrub grass in the center of it, and it appears as if there is no snow within the circle.
Well, I'm gonna let people know.
So
people
as you guys walk up,
understand.
Yeah, and those of you with training in lore, once again, feel free to fill your boots. Virtual. This is perhaps because it's most definitely in your... Obviously, those of you who have succeeded, I'm going to assume that you're not going to push unless you guys tell me that you're going to for these kind of things. So, Virtual, what you can tell is this is, for one thing, it is a working of elemental magic.
Mm-hmm.
You also know this is a working of elven elemental magic.
No.
With 2 successes as well, if you approach these things, do you approach the attack stones? I'm sorry, the completely normal stones that definitely don't attack?
Yes, I approach the attack stones of death.
Okay. As you make your way down to the stones, what you can see exactly as Eldred's described. As you get closer, they're very hard to make out because of the way that they almost seem like cracks in them, but there are very carefully drawn, but unpowered right now, runes. This is a working of southern elven magic. And within there should be the embrace of summer. It is a limited time effect for it, but powerful elven mages or sorcerers, it's said, can travel, and rather than setting up, tents and whatever else too, they just bring their climate with them.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Unless you're from Canada, Kevin, you can keep that.
I love my fucking heat too. I want to be cold.
I suppose yeah.
So if you do want to, you should, that this is not a dangerous magic. You should be able to step in there with no problem.
Yeah. Well, I'm Virgil's. He's got confidence in his knowledge and everything like that. So he looks at that, and without barely a thought, he's like, clearly this is some elven magic, and summer is here, and he sort of strides, summer is here.
As soon as you step in, it's like 20 degrees inside there. So imagine the difference and it's not humid or anything like that, but imagine the difference from being minus, this is all Celsius, so my apologies to the Fahrenheit folks, but imagine, being walking around and trudging along yesterday in like minus 40, minus 45 weather, and you go from minus 20 to stepping into 20 degrees.
Yeah. He just goes like this, his arms, he throws off his coat, starts dancing around a bit, I think.
Eric, there's magic definitely involved here too. Maybe not as much as what Virgil does, but as soon as he gets in there, you're like, oh yeah, of course, that's what that must do. How are the rest of you guys reacting to this?
Well, Karina, she can sense the presence of magic, just not specifically what it exactly is because she has the sense magic spell. So she's a little weirded out by it.
Well, I think the spell you have to cast though, right?
Well, no, it says you automatically sense whether someone uses magic within a short range or... Oh, no, it's range or item. If you want to identify it, though, you have to actually cast a spell.
Yeah, this is not an item.
So, so I think the hairs on the back of her neck just raise a little bit, and it's unnatural, and she doesn't want to interact with it. She's like, what are you doing in there, Virgil? Get out of there.
This is elven magic. They've brought their climate. The good weather is here. This is where we should camp, guys. Don't you see? This is a gift. Ha ha!
Yeah, and these
things are looking up.
Virgil, these can last for days.
Yeah, these can last for days.
It's
However,
also
there is one question: where are the elves?
Well, and it's curious that they're up here.
Yeah, because this is this would be a turn up for the books, wouldn't it?
Yep. So if you say, yeah, wait, where are the elves?
Yeah, and now he's wondering, and he's like looking around. I'll be looking for some tracks or something on the floor.
I'm just a little concerned that I heard whispers of snow elves on the winds, and then all of a sudden we find an elven little circle that's bringing weird weather and environment.
Ah, but Karina, don't you see? These are elves from the south. These are elves from the south. It does beg the question why they're elves from the south up in these parts, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
She'll circle the area, just looking around for stuff, but she's not going to go in there until it's well and truly proven that Virgil is not getting harmed in some way.
I mean, some strange effect is stripping all his clothes off right now, but... Wait, no, that's just him. Never mind. What the rest of him?
But you don't wish to stay here, do you? Should we continue onward?
So mechanically, if you continue on for another, that'll be a forced march.
Yeah. Karina will say, at the very least, it gives us a spot where it's warm enough to repair our clothing, in case we need it later.
Now you're thinking, Karina. Now that is the voice of reason.
Yeah, you gotta forgive her. Her wits are kind of damaged at the moment. So
in here, you know what, guys? You actually wouldn't need to start. I mean, for cooking, if you're cooking something, you would need to have a fire, but you're not going to have it burning all night the way you would with a warmth. You don't need to expend any firewood tonight.
Karina will look at the hunters we brought with us and ask them if they know anything about this happening. Nothing?
No, they've never seen anything like this.
No weird superstitions or taboos in the community about things like this?
Not that they're aware of, no.
Are you all going to stand about in the cold? Am I the only one to enjoy this hospitality of our southern friends? Ah, dear, oh dear. Guys, come on.
Karina will hesitantly move in there after a good 5 minutes of debating.
It's the same feeling, too, like the 40-degree difference from outside to inside, the lack of wind, the just pleasant. It's not humid. It's just lovely. And there's actual grass underground. Dead grass, mind. But grass, nevertheless.
This is really weirding her out. I think she's going to risk a magic spell.
Yeah.
What's she thinking?
She's going to do her sense magic to get an idea of what this really is.
Okay.
If that's okay.
So give us your willpower roll.
Yep. I'm going to pump a little bit of willpower into there just to give a better chance.
So I don't think you can because of your level, right? I think
am I capped by my level?
I think you're capped by your level of how much willpower you can put into it.
Okay. The first willpower counts as 2.
Do I have that right, guys, or am I?
So I think you can overcast
it. You can overcharge by 1.
Well, that's
level.
overcasting by 1.
Right. That's it. That's all you can do is. But yeah. So I think you have to.
Yeah.
Do it.
The number of willpower. Let's see.
Because I need to burn off some of this willpower.
Yeah, okay, overcharging is when you roll successes on your sorcery, but what is the willpower cap here?
Maybe equal to your rank in it or something. Still learning this magic system.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Is there a cap? Maybe I'm imagining things here.
It says you spend 1 or more willpower points. The more willpower you spend, the more powerful the effect of the spell is.
Maybe it's the rank of the spell is what I was thinking of. Is that what you're restricted with? Not the use of willpower?
Right, so the number of willpower points you spend when you cast a spell is called its base power level. Die rolls and other factors can further modify the power level.
Right.
Unlike skills, you can never fail a casting spell. Instead, you roll a number of base dice equal to the number of willpower points you spend. If you roll one or several cross swords, the spell is overcharged, and if you roll one or several skulls, you suffer some sort of magic mishap. You cannot push the roll. Obviously, the problem is the more dice you roll, the more chance of there being
a mishap.
problem.
Or
Yeah.
But for sense magic, I have to get a certain amount over the. If like it's obscured, I have to get a higher rank to it in order to overcome the obscuring.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'll just spend one because I get 2 automatically from my psychic magic. So okay. Let's just play it safe. Updated and roll. Hey.
Okay. So apart from the confirming what Virgil has told you, you've got no other.
Okay. So she just doesn't sense any danger with it. I'm guessing. So at that point, you'll say,
"That's not what the spell detects." What I can tell you is that it is elven magic.
Oh yes, what I'm meaning is she doesn't sense any danger with the magic. She just senses it's magic, so she's gonna.
Well, again, it wouldn't tell you whether it's danger. It would tell you what kind of magic.
In her mind, if she can't identify she feels no danger. Yeah. So she'll tell the others, "I feel no danger here. Perhaps we should listen to the sorcerer."
Very well.
How does Olgar regard the circle?
He is pacing at the edge of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And Karina would have been using like a divining rod.
Tirgar?
I think he'll walk into the circle to show he's not scared of any of this rubbish. But it's not the magic we need to fear, it's the elves that cast it. And he'll be just looking around suspiciously. Where are these stinking elves?
Well, that is a good point, Tirgar, of course. But I can't work out where they've gone. I'm thinking to do some tracking or some such. Eldred, you look like a tracking sort of fellow. Do you think...
I think the elves are long gone. The elves are long gone from this site. It's an ancient site,
but this effect only lasts for a maximum of a few days. So they've been here. Okay. They've been here recently. Well, that's my understanding of it. I mean, if you look at that line there, see, that's where it says. Look.
I'll do as you ask. I'll see if I can find tracks.
Okay.
I was circling the site anyway, so I'll try and extend that search.
Sure. Why don't you give us a survival check too, and I'll give you a +1 from Olgar's help. Okay.
Hey. I got something.
So, it's a bit tough because you can see tracks in the within the circle itself that are clearly not being made by any of your companions. So something left this circle at some point, but there has been so much snow and whatnot over the past couple of days that if there is anything outside of the circle, it's gone. Obscured by the weather, the wind. But yeah, definitely within. That's what you can tell is it's as Virgil said. Within the last couple of days, there were some folks walking around in here.
Well, I should pass that on, but it's not possible to trace them now.
That makes sense. Good man.
So, you have a choice of trying to make camp here, or for force marching it for one more. It requires all of you to make an endurance check. Failure means you suffer a point of damage to agility, and you're unable to hike during the quarter day. Instead, you must rest or sleep. If your endurance roll succeeds, you can choose to leave any stragglers behind and split up the group, or you can stay and wait.
I vote for camping.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
Sure.
So then, what this will grant is a flat bonus. Not a gear bonus, basic bonus to making camp. So this is making camp is a survival role, and there are other tasks like hunting and foraging, crafting. You guys can't do. What do you guys? And someone's got to sleep, and someone's got to keep watch. I guess at some point. So these are the final 2 quarters of the day. What are you guys thinking of doing with them?
I'm gonna set up my steel bowl for water. So, grab some snow from outside the circle, set that up.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna gather up any furs that are damaged and try and repair them.
Okay. So Tiergar's on repair duty. Who wants? It's a survival check to make camp.
I think I can get the camp set up.
Okay. Someone will want to keep watch, I imagine, as well.
I think at this point, Virgil has nodded off.
You sleeping?
He's rolled up his furs, and whilst he's waiting for them to make a decision, he's mulling over this fort, and he's sort of thinking about these elves, and he just heard that bit about the scouting, and in the meantime, I think he's just gone. He's fell asleep.
Unless somebody, well, we don't have any food to make yet, so I can't do that. So
I'll hunt.
You'll hunt?
For all it's worth.
Okay.
Well, then I guess I will keep watch.
Okay, so then Karina, let's see how this camp comes together. That'll be a survival check, please.
gotcha. Well, my wits are lowered, but I have faith that we'll do well.
You'll push that?
So
you can.
if I fail it, what's the penalty?
Oh, can your pride trigger?
Well, her pride is sensing an unnatural phenomenon before anybody else can, so I don't think that would apply.
Did that include the +2 from the camp?
Oh no, I didn't.
So roll 2 extra dice.
Okay. Hey, there's a
There you
success.
go. You got a success.
Hey.
All right, and you need not.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so you got that set up. Tiergar is generating 1 thing of water. Can you forage for water too?
I don't see why not.
I think so, yeah.
Well, it was,
is it?
Yeah, part of scavenging.
Yeah, food
sort of.
for food or water. You want to send the hunters out to forage for water then? Because they're completely bone dry, and I think both Virgil and Tiergar are bone dry right now, right?
Yeah, we all need water more than we need food, but we have somebody going hunting.
Yeah, that's the most pressing issue, isn't it?
Yeah, so they're going to be rolling, I guess, each on their own would be rolling 4 dice. Do you wish to... There's 5 of them, so do you want to have them each roll 4 dice individually? Or do you wish to have them assist? Oh, and they can't... Hold on, never mind. They can't... it says foraging. If you want to make separate rolls, you can't forage in the same location, which means... Oh, any mishap will affect you individually. Ignore me. So you can have... is there a cap on help dice? Is it 3, or am I imagining things?
I was wondering about that.
I'm probably...
There is a cap on it. There is a cap.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Help from others. Here we go. Max assistance is 3. Okay.
There you go.
I don't think I was remembering this rule. I think I'm remembering a rule from another game that happens to be the same as in this one. So this is not... I'm almost 100% sure that's the case. So that means 4 of them can look with a dice pool of 7, and 1 of them can look on their own for a dice pool of 4.
Could we have one of them assist Aldred? Adred? Aldred?
For keeping watch?
For hunting?
Oh, for hunting? They could, I guess. Do you want to do that, or do you want, like... You guys have food, and you can go a week without food. you have 5, 6, 7 people with no water, you start taking penalties of 1 day without water. Your call. Eldred, would you prefer to have the assistance, or?
I'd probably welcome the assistance, but perhaps not on this occasion.
Okay. So then, who would like to roll? Why don't we have to do this? Virgival, give us a roll of 4 basic dice, and Tyrgar, give us a roll of 7 basic dice. They're NPC, so they can't push it, but let's try. Look at that! Holy smokes!
Damn.
Wow.
Now look at that!
No,
guys! Holy smokes!
Gonna start a swimming pool over here. They must have found a creek or
There
something.
you go. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4 dice worth of water. So you want to stack all that up into one great big dice, or you want to keep it all separate, or?
Well, if we make it a D12, then it's harder to exhaust.
1, 2, 3, 4. You actually have 5 because Tyrgar, at the end of this quarter, Tyrgar's also melting snow with his
6,
pot.
8, 10, 12.
Yeah, I have a D8.
So we could have a
What's a D12?
or 2 D10s, right?
So first off, why don't you guys, Virgival, of the 5 that you're taking, why don't Tyrgar and Virgival each get a D6? And then have a D10 for the hunters.
Yeah, we
Okay, to share.
That sound good? Okay.
Yeah.
Eldred, you ready for some hunting?
Well, maybe I was putting you off. Maybe you're used to surviving on your own for weeks in the wilderness. Perhaps I was putting you off, and you'll be better on your own with the dog.
Could
I think
be.
it was the vivisection and
With
that
the
was
wolf.
putting them off. Holy shit.
Nice. Oh, hold on, Eldred, you didn't get the penalty for the mountains.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah, so it's -2 for the mountains. No, -1 for the mountains. So it'll offset to... Is that a roll with a +1, or is that a roll with...
It's a roll with a +1.
Okay, so go ahead and just give us your roll with your standard complement.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to push that?
I'll do it twice in a row. Yeah.
There you go. So 1 willpower, 1 damage to agility, but you get 2 successes. Give us a roll of 2d6, please. Come on, reindeer.
2d6. Okay.
Bring home the ptarmigan. No, don't bring home the ptarmigan. Bring home something bigger.
Come on, mouse time. Mouse, guys. Mouse.
Oh, 3, 4. So that is a rabbit, which is a +1 that has 2 meat and 1 pelt, or a fox, which is -1 but 3 meat and 1 pelt.
I need as much help as I can. I'll go for the rabbit.
Rabbit, you got it. So go ahead and give us a marksmanship roll at +2. And remember your your 1 gear dice, because the bow is damaged right now.
+2.
+2 to your basic dice, +1 for the gear dice.
I've got it. Here we go.
Come on. Come on. Yeah! Look at that!
Finally, fresh.
Very nice.
There you go.
All right, so that is 2 meat that you're bringing back, and it has 1 pelt as well.
Right.
You are on your way to making another heavy cloak, guys.
Well, it also gives me some food to turn into, or some meat to turn into food.
Ooh, you also turn the pelt into leather.
If we had a tannery.
Okay, so fantastic. Edic, we just have your keeping watch.
Yes, that's a survival roll. Is that right?
That is a scouting roll.
Scouting.
Oh, scout. Sorry, I meant scouting. Here it comes. Aye.
You want to push that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, you're going to get 3 willpower.
Yep.
And 3 damage to,
That's
what
the
is it,
one good
wits?
thing. Yeah.
Whew.
How's your wits looking there?
Well, not great. But 2. I'm gonna have 2 left.
Okay.
That's
All right, and for this quarter, Eldred. Oh, hold on, repair. We got Tiergar's repair. Forgive me. Gonna get some crafting done here.
Yeah, was it Karina's?
There is currently Karina's cloak is damaged, Eldred's cloak is damaged, Edic's cloak is damaged.
Whichever one. Well,
I'm gonna let you roll on all of them.
obviously.
Like, you can just have them all sitting before you. Make your roll.
Well, if
Each success will repair 1 dice on each of them.
okay. So let's go. Karina's.
Well, no, you just roll once.
Oh, just do
and
one
distribute
roll.
the dice.
Okay.
Yeah, your successes among
Okay.
them.
Let's try it. That is not great.
You want to push that?
What happens if he fails? Does he break our cloaks?
No, he's not damaging them. It's frustrating. He's not getting any progress. If he does push it, then he'll take 2 damage to his, I think, strength.
Yeah, I'm gonna push it.
Okay. Yeah, you do succeed. So 3 points of damage to your strength, but you'll be able to repair 1 dice on something. Do you want it on Eldred's cloak, Edic's cloak, or Karina's cloak?
Who's got the lowest strength or endurance, as it were? Who seems to be suffering from the cold the most?
Probably Edic.
Could be.
Okay.
Is
I'll
that
do
right,
one.
Edic?
It depends on what everyone else has, but most likely that's the case.
I've got a 3 strength, but I handle a cold pretty good.
I have a 3 strength as well. That's one. So I think
do
a lot
Edic.
of us have a 3 strength.
Edic's.
Okay.
Okay, so your cloak is finished up. All right, so
Great.
then, Eldred.
Thank you.
It is when you are coming back from your hunt when you notice something.
Okay.
On a hill, you see a snow-covered mound. The shape is oblong, somewhat longer than a full-grown human. And a feeling of sorrow seeps into your thoughts. It's a grave that lies before you, and someone has left their friend there.
Yeah. That brings it all back.
This is probably about 15 minutes or 10 minutes away from the camp that you notice this.
I will go to the grave.
So it's, as you see, it appears to be like a cairn, piled stone cairn kind of grave.
Yeah. I will say a prayer to my departed friend.
Okay.
And pay my respects to this fallen person as well.
There's 2 potential ways of looking at where this person has been laid to rest. One is that this is out in the middle of nowhere, they're alone. If they passed out here, then this is a very lonely place, I suppose, to be left. But another way to think of it would be the care and attention that was taken to drag this person up to this particular prominence and the view that is before them. And to leave them here with this as a marker.
There's no other markings, it's just a very plain cairn.
Yeah.
Okay.
After
Okay.
reflecting on, I guess, lost friends and on this position, what do?
I'll head back.
And do you tell your companions about what you found?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
They might have some lore about, traditions of placing people of power in where they can oversee the lands that perhaps once they may have ruled or something like that.
If that is the case, the crude nature of that cairn, speaks either someone who's fallen on very hard times or someone not well liked, or at least not well liked in a popular kind of way.
Yeah. I shall pass the rabbit over to Karina.
So, Virgil is the one who slept right now. Mm-hmm. Oh, Karina, that means you shit. Because you need a quarter to cook it, don't you?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
However, we could do a late start in the morning. I'll just cook through the night.
That means you go a day. I think you become tired then.
I could rest in the morning.
Let me double check just so we're clear on the rules for it, because I can't remember. I thought if you go 4 quarters without sleeping, that's when you become tired.
You could cook in the morning. You could do the cooking in the morning, get your rest, and cook in the morning.
That's true. I'm just worried about we'd have to store the rabbit in the ice for a bit to keep it fresh, but we could have scavengers come and pick it off.
So
yeah, it's true.
Here's what happens is that if you do cook tonight, you would suffer 1 point of damage to wits, and you cannot recover wits, and you would have to sleep for a quarter.
Okay.
Like, damage to your abilities is just something that's a par for the course in this game, right? So
yeah. So I'm thinking it's just been long enough since they had an actual warm meal that was not just rations.
Yep.
That the people might appreciate having warm food when they woke up.
Sure, so. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. So then
Besides, I'll be awake if something happens during the night while somebody else is keeping watch, so.
Okay. So you're going to be cooking. Would you mind clicking on your cooking talent? I can't remember how it works.
I'm not sure how to post in there, but I can put the text in here.
Oh, okay. Turn D6 units of vegetables, meat, or fish. Okay, nice. So we'll require fire, so we'll roll a D6 for it, but that's fine. Okay.
You mean roll my torches to make sure we have fire?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, no, you're going to have it. It's just at the end of it is when you roll for diminishing. Okay, you're good for... Yeah, you're still good for torches. Then, overnight, so Karina is going to be sleeping. Virgil, you're going to keep watch?
Yep.
And everyone else will sleep in? Okay. Yep. So then, first off, Virgil, when you wake up for this final quarter of the day, you recover all your ability damage, whatever you have. Okay. Karina, give us a D6 roll. Nice. So all the meat, the rabbit had what, 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got 2 dice of meat to distribute. Eddic, Tirgar, and Eldred, you can recover all of your ability damage.
Yes.
And
point of wits. Okay.
The morning will come. The morning comes. This is the warmest and most pleasant sleep you've had. Even on the ship itself was not pleasant. So it's been weeks since you've had this good of a rest. Virgil, you want to push that?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I will, because I need some willpower.
Nice. There you go. Success and 1 willpower. Awesome. Okay, and then be 1 damage to whatever that is. Wits?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, so morning comes. And with it, 1 point of wits damage to Karina.
Got it.
A light breeze. No snow. And just cold. No. So another perfect day for traveling.
Nice day.
Or at least as much as it will for this. So, Karina is sleeping for this first flash. First, let's roll water for everyone. So everyone, all the PCs, roll your water first. Great. plenty of water. Then would you give us, let's see here, Tirgar, you're kind of in charge of these guys. Give us a
D10.
Give us a D10 roll. There's, what, 5 of them? Fuck me. Give us now a D8 roll. Another D8 roll. Another D8 roll. A D6 roll. Okay, so they have a D6 in water for the hunters right now, but they're able to keep that water around. With the players now all roll for food. Now, before you do so, hold on. Do you wish to... Oh, Edic's out. Were you out of food, Edic? Are Tirgar and Edic out of food altogether?
No, I just rolled mine. I was on D6.
You're muted, George.
Yeah, I was at 0.
Okay, so we're going to give you one of those D6s that just that they made. So
okay.
So set it to D6 and roll it again.
Okay.
Then where do you want that other D6 to go, or do you want to wait and see what the...
Wait and see.
Okay.
Guess Edic's getting the other one.
Fuck. Okay. So there is one D6 still to distribute, but Edic and Eldred are out of food again.
Yeah.
Where do you want to put that food?
Well, we haven't rolled for the hunters.
Hunters are going to forgo food today. They can go a week without food, remember?
Are they sure?
Well, they're nearly home, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, of sorts.
Okay. Well, maybe we should just hold on. Give it to Eldridge. He's the hunter, so he should have something just in case to keep his strength up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. So then for this first quarter, Karina is going to need to get some sleep. The magic that is keeping these stones warm is persisting.
Find us some more food, guys, and water.
Bring on the ptarmigan.
So because Karina needs sleep, what the hunters are going to suggest is that they go forward. They'll give you sort of directions to get to their village, but they suggest that they leave now because they may be able to actually reach, once they get out of the foothills, they'll be able to try and get to their town or village today.
Yeah, that's fair enough, isn't it?
Okay, so if they're heading off...
They don't have any weapons on them, do they? Or did they take it from the Misbegotten?
They may have, they may have just taken whatever is there from the Misbegotten. Or the Misgrown. Okay. Got a lot of use out of that word today. Yeah, there we go. So then for Karina is going to be sleeping. Keeping watch is someone is going to want to do. What is everyone else doing? So Tirgar's going back to repairs. Do you want to try and repair his bow? His Eldred's bow is damaged. Maybe it would mean that he couldn't go hunting, or at least not with the bow.
Can you do that?
Yeah, he can.
Okay.
Will he?
And it's just a crafting, and that's a crafting roll without materials.
Yeah.
Without raw materials.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're not hunting, I'll give it a go.
I mean, he could forage instead of hunting.
Okay, Eddie's keeping watch. Tirgar is repairing. What about Eldred and Virgival?
I'll forage.
Nice. Okay. And Virgival?
I'm not great at keeping watch. What is foraging on the survival?
Survival, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty decent at that.
So would you guys could go separate, or you could assisting gives him one extra dice. Doing it yourself would give you your own dice rolls.
I feel like I put him off last time. Last time I went with him, we missed a deer and we missed a ptarmigan. But then when he went out with his companion, his animal companion, I feel they was more in tune with each other. And Virgilville has decided to make himself be a little bit aloof and not cramp his style.
Yeah.
So
I think given the idle conversation about vivisection, Eldred may be okay with that too. So, it's like when you go on a road trip with someone and immediately they say something weird. You're just like, oh motherfucker, it's gonna be such a long trip.
And we could put out that metal bowl to collect to melt some more water during the period, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Because of the temperature in here, I'll double it for it because you're not having to wait for it to melt over fire. It's fucking 20 degrees in here, so let's get that water flowing. Okay. So then, what we need rolls from? Oh, actually, hold up. I need to look up one thing. Where's the Drake attack?
Oh, not the Fang Dragon.
Who is keeping watch here?
Me.
You know, I had this arrive about 2 weeks ago. It's the Book of Beasts.
Oh yeah.
So much worse than Fang Dragons in here. Would you? Who's keeping watch? Sorry, it's Edic, right? Keeping watch.
Yeah.
Edic, go ahead and give us a roll. I just want to see because this is the thing that will tell us whether you notice anything going. Look at that, Edic! Holy smokes!
Wow.
Now that he's nice and warm and not freezing to death.
Well done. All right, I need this.
Old 20 is bogarting all of our rolls the whole night.
Let a cow. Oh,
Go. Excuse me.
That's your.
Edic.
Yes.
A cold wind sweeps over you. It carries with it the stench of death and rotten corpses. In the distance, you see a horned shape plod towards you through the snow. And the horned shape would look. Let's see here, I should really just load these.
good job, we're all off foraging, really, isn't it?
Lucky days, lucky days.
Oh dear.
Oh, what?
Oh man.
Go.
Kind of Wendigo or something?
I think we'll have to find out in 4 weeks' time.
Oh man. Let's get our foraging checks done though. See if they come back with food.
I think that's the least of your concerns right now.
Yeah.
Guys, listen, I know there's a murder monster here, but I'm feeling a bit peckish. Like, is it too much appies before, combat? Let's talk XP, guys.
Nice.
Because we did, here we go.
I'm gonna add some more to my existing experience and hopefully get to spend it.
Yeah.
If we survive.
Live to spend
That's
it, yeah.
the point, yeah.
Big question, guys. Did you participate in a game session? If so,
yes,
you get 1 XP.
I think.
Did you travel at least 1 hex on the game map you had not visited before? 1 XP. Did you discover a new adventure site? Not yet.
No?
No, there's not an adventure site
really.
here. Those are very specific. Did you defeat 1 or more monsters?
Hunger.
No. Not in the abstract. I wrestled with myself.
Rabbit!
I know, Virgil came very close to becoming a monster.
Did you find treasure? Yes, you did, off of the Misgrown.
Yeah, I suppose
So it's another XP.
Right.
Did you build a function in your stronghold? I can remember that. Did you activate your pride? Eldred
One person
did.
did.
Eldred did.
1 XP for that.
Yeah.
4.
Did you suffer from your dark secret? Not yet. I think anyone did today because I forgot about
Soon.
that. Don't worry, I'll make your life a living hell next time for 1 XP.
Mine's really easy to trigger, so...
Did
we just
you
need to run
risk
out of-
your life for another PC?
Not really.
Don't think so.
qualify that?
I think those of you who went out for an evening hunt,
Oh. Yeah.
that would qualify. How close were you to breaking any of your attributes?
That's true. Yeah, 1.
Yeah, that could have really gone sideways. I think that's definitely worth XP. Did anyone else do anything that was risking yourself for it? No?
No. I mean,
Terragar's like, look, this stitching was really fucking hard, man. That needle got dangerously close.
It was incredibly hard stitching.
If I didn't have this mithril thimble to protect my thumb, I tell you.
That was brutal needlecraft.
And finally, did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? We're pretty forgiving with this. Were there any memorable, extraordinary moments here?
I took some spell backlash, but I don't know if that counts. No.
I think interpreting the elven thing, and particularly with how much Virgil played it up, I think that was pretty extraordinary.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh, most gracious of you.
Anything else, guys?
It's a pretty good haul.
I think it's just a brutal system that it's, just surviving it all seems like an achievement.
Addix has succeeded far more often keeping watch than any of us combined. He was really good at it this session.
True. I'm not sure just having... Is there a moment that played into the story beyond just the dice rolls, though?
Oh, I don't know. Seeing the thing coming is a big one, I think.
I feel like I just was lucky with my dice rolls.
No, you know what? I'll buy that. Seeing this is the first. This is the most recent wandering critter you've seen. So, this is now. Here's the upside to it. One thing to consider in the interim. This is where you get to make a decision of whether an encounter happens or not, because you've succeeded on your keeping watch. You guys can take measures to avoid encountering this thing.
Right.
What that probably will mean is giving up this warm place. Oh, and also waking up Karina. So Karina will still be sleeping.
I could keep everybody in suspense for next time, but it's based on my pride and my dark secret. I probably am not going to try to avoid it.
Big monster fight!
Unfortunately.
So hopefully Carl will be here next time. Hopefully, who else?
Wake me up when it's over.
Was David planning on joining too? I can't remember.
I don't know next time.
I think he was when he was.
Yeah, I think he's on vacation. I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that.
I remember.
What was the experience last time round, Jonathan? Do you remember?
It varied between person to person. I ended up with 6.
Oh.
I think you all got about 5 or 6.
Yeah, I think it was 5 or 6.
Each of you had some really badass moment that you guys were able to point to.
Yeah.
Right? And you all did roll the rolls, so...
And I found the page where it discussed spending experience. It's page 39 and 40.
Okay.
So...
Right.
Yeah, I mean, even just walking that last session, was memorable, for what people did. So felt like that really made sense that you all got 5-6 XP.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Especially at the end, it all kicked off, didn't it?
Well, I think you get all 1 XP for fighting a monster, right? So the things that clearly you moving gets you XP, fighting monsters gets you XP, playing up your pride gets you XP. It's things to remember. It's worth maybe going through that list at the start of each session, just to remind, hey, this is if you want to try and draw on the XP, this is how you do it. Because I think that's how the Blades in the Dark stuff works. Is that you sort of you do go through the checklist at the end, but they're more conscious of that system. Is more conscious of here's your incentives, guys. Work towards these, and you'll get your XP. Cult is very much like that too.
Right. Or like when we were just playing back through there, saying, what happened? It's probably worth at the time thinking, that was amazing. Don't forget that at the end of the thing, that was just kind of signpost it a bit at a time.
Yeah. Okay. So that is session 2. Here we go. Let me bring us back to our main screen here. So then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 2 of our Bitter Reach campaign. So far, no one's died of cold, but this campaign's still in the early days. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link in the description of the video to the Dungeon Musings Discord server. We have a channel dedicated, I think it's to Assorted Games, where we've been talking about this one, right? I don't think so. We don't have one dedicated to Year Zero, or do we? I don't think we do. But yeah, there's channels that are dedicated to most games we run on the channel, as well as a ton of other great channels like Finding a Group, or GM discussion and information about virtual tabletops. There's a terrific community that has grown up over the years over there, and you are more than welcome to join it. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games, purveyor of such fine dice as my complete set. I can't believe how fucking stupid I was to think, like, these are all even numbers. Oh man, how many of you realized it was 3 dice in each set and just didn't want to say anything?
Well, Kev, you don't claim to be an accountant, do you? You don't claim to be an accountant.
A lawyer, not an accountant. It's a good thing my job doesn't require careful attention to detail, right? Holy smokes. So Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have a terrific selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. And if they don't have in stock something that you're looking for, you can often put it on a want list. They will send you an email when it comes in, and then you'll be able to pick it up at your leisure. If you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code SUMMERMUSER. A little bit of a contrast to the Bitter Reach, but all caps, all one word, and you will save yourself 10% on your purchase. If you're listening to this at a time after about mid-September 2023, check back on one of our more recent videos, and you will find what the current discount code is. There's also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really amazing organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children, including, at the time of recording, ongoing efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries. All donations through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it comes to the channel or any other middleman, just goes to help out the kids who benefit from their services. As a small way of saying thank you, if you donated $10 or more, then be sure to head on over to the Charity Initiatives channel of the Dungeon Musings Discord server, also linked in the description of this video, and you will find the information of how to vote for the for the next charity session. We have 2 more charity sessions in our year-long Year of Ill Omens campaign. The donors to the charity have thus far shaped 4 sessions of the Year of Ill Omens campaign, and it is shaping up to it to be a very Viking time next time. But the donors will be shaping not up where we're playing, what era we're playing in, what the heroes will be, what game we're doing, and what the connections will be from the previous sessions. 2 more. We are heading towards the senses-shattering conclusion of this campaign, and I look forward to the input from the donors. We played Marvel this morning, so I've been thinking of a lot of like Stan Lee-isms for today, and senses-shattering feels appropriate for that, and it does not think so. Then the last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our returning and our new arrivals in the Bitter Reach. So Graham, Darren, Colin, George, and John, thank you so much for playing today, guys. This was, it says a lot that we're finding time to add yet another fucking game to the schedule, about not only the value of the game, but also how much fucking fun it is to play with you guys. So thank you so much for taking time to join me back in the Bitter Reach. I'll try and starve you to death, or make it die of dehydration next time. So,
but Kev, I feel you're off your game. You put summer in. There's grass, no snow. What you're losing your edge.
What I want you to ponder is what the downside from sleeping there might be.
Worry about that tomorrow.
Karina's half elf. I'm sure the curse won't affect her.
We will be back in the Bitter Reach in about 4 weeks' time, but until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes, our explorers. Explorers, what do they call them? Raiders? Tomb robbers. There is a name for it in this game. What is it?
Rogues and raiders.
I think it's adventurers.
Is it adventurers?
No, I want to say it's adventurers, but I could be wrong.
Are we not rogues and raiders in a cursed world?
Yeah, rogues and raiders sounds about right to me. Okay, the rogues and raiders.
More appropriate. Yes.
And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay warm, and happy gaming.